Manor Lords has a couple of harder achievements that require a good understanding of the game, as well as a bit of effort to achieve. This one in particular is the Challenge Accepted achievement, which requires you to beat Restoring the Peace on challenging difficulty. Today I decided to give this one a good go and smash the Baron off the map, while still managing to make it look easy. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the war-driven fun that I have in store for you today. See you in there. Well, hello everyone and welcome yourselves on into Manor Lords. I am here. I've even put in my own custom logo. Today we are being ourselves and we're going for the Challenge Accepted achievement, which I am yet to get. It's one of the last two that I haven't got because I like to play on normal, but today we're going to hit up some harder difficulty to see if we can do it. Right, I'm changing to him, but let's do it. So in order to get the achievement, you need to just select the challenging difficulty here, which the main difference is the resident requirements. You don't get the weapons, weather events are more frequent, and the AI are aggressive. That's about it. You can obviously change it to starting season to make it even harder, but we are going to be going with the default challenging, and then we're going to go high peaks because it's a smaller map. Let's get stuck in. All right, we're already here. These guys are going to be complaining like mad. I'm leaving it random to see what we get. So this is a big risk, but it's going to pay off quite well, actually. So we have a rich clay deposit, and we have started all the way over next to our enemy. Interesting. So we get the cool cliff to start, which makes a lot of sense. It's a bit far away for a lot of this stuff, to be fair, so it might make a little bit more sense to go up here, but we can later expand up there, I think. Anyway, let's get rid of this. But as always, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you are new here, do consider subscribing to the channel. It helps massively. Played a lot of Manor Lords, so if you're into that, or any city builder for that matter, then welcome yourselves in. So we need to consider straight away what we're going to do. Obviously, as always, I will be placing down the wood. Now, it's a bit of a rubbish one for wood, but we are going to just go over here. So if I put the logging camp just in this section here, and we'll have that highest priority. So I'm going to be doing it a little bit slower, do each little thing as we need them. So logging camp first. Then we're going to need some kind of food source to keep them happy, but also going to need the storage. So we're going to use our first 10 stone on the granary, which I think we're gonna get hunting first. The reason we're gonna get hunting first is because we can make the shoes a bit quicker. So we're gonna go hunter's cabin. Sorry, we're gonna go granary, then hunter's cabin. So this is gonna be very high. You don't start with the stuff anyway. We will need these tools, so I want to also get a storehouse in. Now marketplace, and that is gonna be here. Let's get the storehouse, honestly, just here for now. I'm also gonna bring in a road down the back of these. So roads aren't going to be as pretty as always. I'll try and keep it pretty, but I'm going to be optimizing a little bit better on the layout. I say that, it's probably not going to be optimized at all, but enjoy it as it comes anyway. And then we'll have the storehouse, which is going to be high. Then, honestly, we've got 2 timber. I'm going to let it play, so hopefully we can start that. I'm also going to grab in the hitching post, because there's no construction cost. We'll get a couple of these guys in, doesn't really matter. And then we'll order in another one as well. So we've got a hitching post over here. They will go off and do their thing. Hopefully we can grab those logs in and get that done. To be fair, actually, I should be building right next to this. This is the risk we're going to take. What you want to be doing is building right next to it, to be honest, so they can build really quickly. But it is what it is, right? Oh, do I move it? I think for now we do that then. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I'm going to move the logging camp and then just manually set the chopping area. So I want them right here. And this is going to be the highest priority. So hopefully they'll be able to just quickly knock this up. There we go. Much more efficient, I think. So yeah, I'll be playing pretty slow. And then once this is done, I'll set them to start the chopping here. Ideally, we don't want any of this going, but we can cut just from here. So yeah, we'll just have to move it down that way. It is what it is. I could shuffle this over, so keep building this way and it should flick it this way, but I'm not going to fiddle with it. We'll leave it as is. And then we'll start to get the housing and stuff in as well. Water's also going to be a requirement. And we're going to, as always, enjoy the game as we start out. I'll try and enjoy it a little bit anyway, as you do. We're just going to be really careful of how long it takes them to kind of build this, but that's fine. You can see it going in anyway. Okay, logging camp is done. I'm going to assign 2 to this. And we're going to put the work area down here. Now, they're still going to have to travel now, which is kind of annoying, but it means that I can assign an ox to this, hopefully. Now, for food, I think I'm going to have to make do with this one early on. It's going to be about getting this church up as quick as I can. Do I want to? Here's the question. So 2 in there. We'll have a couple building. Now, we can flick these back to where we want. So high and very high then. So the ox will work on that one next. This hitching post, I'm going to order in another one. Because we're getting one in eventually anyway. And you know what? I'm going to bin these 2 off. It's just silly having them all the way over here. See, my old head trying to get in with neatness, when in reality, we just need them nice and close. I'm going to put it very high as well, so they get that one done too. So it's right next to it. They'll come and sort that straight away, hopefully, whilst they wait for the wood to go in. But we'll see. And then hopefully we can get this up. And then as soon as the logs come in, we'll start to get the houses down. And I'll just plan out a little bit of a marketplace early on. And I think the first marketplace doesn't need to be big. We just go kind of... Well, Hunter's going to go there. So let's go maybe in here. This woodshed's going to move, isn't it? So... And this is nothing fancy. I think that's going to do nicely in there as well. So we've got our marketplace ready. The animals migrated. Okay, I didn't realise you were cutting in there. I thought I set your zone. Did I set it too close? I did. Just migrated the animals. Damn it. Go there. We're all good. See, these things happen. Don't be like me. Let's end that conversation. It hasn't moved far, so we're fine. And we're all good. The granary is coming in. So the plan, obviously, is to get that food in because the weather, well, it will rain momentarily as well. Our logo doesn't quite look that good on there, but hopefully it'll look pretty good on the flag as well. And there we go. Granary. Let's get one assigned straight to that. I'm actually going to turn off the marketplace for a moment. We want them just to fill this up. We'll turn the marketplace on afterwards. Kind of doesn't matter right now, although they're building it anyway. But we don't want the food going in there. We want it just over here for now. Hopefully they'll get the bread in. Should see them loading it up. Lovely. 10 at a time. Good stuff. And then we'll just work on getting the rest of this in now. So this is going to be the highest priority now. Our hitching post is done. It's running out of food. Don't you worry about that. We'll get on it. Yeah, these guys are cutting down over here. So hopefully I can grab in that one that was ordered. Let's have a look. Is it on its way yet? Okay, we're going to work the first couple of houses then. We're just going to re-snap these. These are all going to be single plots, hopefully. Nice and close. Haven't decided what I'm going to put in these yet. Although we could get the... How do we want to spend this? That's the question. The first lot. I mean, it doesn't matter too much. We might just have to manually do 2 at a time. Or 1 at a time. Need to make sure they're permanently building. That's the thing. There's 1. So we'll make sure that's done afterwards. And storehouse is almost there. So it worked out pretty nicely. They should be able to get all of this stuff in. We've got enough stone for the next bit. Now, bandits obviously might steal from us. There is only 1, though, for now. And there it is. We're going to get 1 in the storehouse now. That leaves 1 just out here. Hopefully, can start getting these houses up. So we've got enough timber for a couple more. Once that food's in, I'm going to flip it over. And then we're going to have to start collecting. So we'll get 2 more in there. Food is in, I believe. The last lot coming. Are you collecting it right now? No, you're transporting timber. And I think they're popping it on the marketplace, are they? Let's put that back up so they can finish off what they're doing here. And there's the stall going up. So once the items are in, which they should be going to grab momentarily. Again, ideally, you'd put it right here so they can just grab it and move. We're spending a little bit too much time on the transition period there, but that's absolutely fine. And then we need a hunter's cabin as well, which is no construction cost, so nice and easy. Pop one of those in. I could get that one in whilst we wait for the wood to be transported as well, which honestly might not be a bad idea. And as always, though, the beautiful start, man. I absolutely love this map. My favourite of the ones. I can't wait for the new one. But this one is the map, man. It's gorgeous. And there we go. We got our 3 months food. Now the food store has gone up. So it was kind of just lingering in between. But the bread going in, we're fine. So we're not going to lose our food for 3 months now out of the rain. So that's really good. Actually, that does indicate to me that we probably want the houses going first. So we just need these logs coming in. And our second ox is there. So what we could now do is get the permanent livestock on the logging camp to bring the logs over here, which is what I'm going to do. Not sure if it's the right play. I, again, haven't really played much on the hardest difficulty, so winging it as I go along, but that's all part of the fun. And also, these houses, I think, are going to be chickens. I think. Just makes a lot of sense, although I might just hold on to it, actually. I don't know. I haven't quite decided. I'll be honest with you. Again, just winging it. You can see our approval rating is going down due to the homelessness, but we are going to start working on this. So you don't want to get too far down because people will start to leave. So you got to be really careful. And they're needy, let me tell you. We got 3 more timber. Now, once we get to 4 timber, I'm going to pause this, get the extra families building. Hopefully the livestock will make this a little bit quicker. We should be able to bring it back. And there it is. Right, let's go with... Let's take the livestock out of here. And let's go ahead and pause the logging camp. So that should give us 3 families now that to get these guys in and build. So we're going to go ahead and get the next 2 houses in. Should be able to get them right in here. That's not what we want. There we go. Boom. That's all the houses done. So we've got very high, high, medium, and thingy. And then we'll get this going afterwards. So hopefully we can get all of these done. And, well, I'm hoping we don't go below. I think, is it like 30% they start leaving? You need to be really careful. So the moment these houses get done, we should be fine. The hunters, look, hunters camp, they all decided to go and do that instead. And I think these guys will probably just go ahead and pause up these. Let's get everyone smashing out the houses, please, guys. Good. They'll get all these ready. So all we need is these logs being transported over. Another ruler's army has been sighted. I'm hoping they're going off. Don't know if they come to us, if I'm honest. I've got to be really careful. I'm hoping they just go over to the brigands' camp over there. We're not at war, are we? So, can't remember. Again, I don't know. I'm just going to put 1 in the logging camp, then we'll keep that ticking up. I just realised we are going to need some firewood at some point, so... And it is quite far to travel, so we'll keep that going. And there's the rain, as always, in April. And first house is up. That should give us the extra pair of hands to run around doing stuff now for each house we get up as well. And I will quickly be going into the church as well, which is going to be logs and planks. But mostly going to need... How much fuel have we got? 15 months, I think, so we'll be fine until the houses go in. We did manage to get everything bar a log over there, so we're fine. So I think it's going to be a case of getting the saw pit, which honestly should be over here. Get the snap back on and we'll just pop it there. Nice and close to the storehouse as well. And we'll put these at slightly higher priority now. So that's going to be very high, high, and then we'll go medium. And let's put the saw pit as low so they do the houses first. Because until those logs go in, they can't physically build them, and they are trying to get them over. There it is. Finally here, look. So we should be nice and quick now with that second one coming. Onto the hitching post and straight to work. That's how long it takes for that second one to come in, unfortunately. But the good news is we are getting the families in. So, the family members. So they should help quite a bit. Raiders are in our lands, but they're not doing anything. Yeah, they're going off to kill our bandit camps. I can't go and steal the gold, unfortunately. So we'll just have to make do what we got. Now, I do know they're really needy as well. So if you don't get them everything they need before you upgrade, it becomes a big issue. So I'm going to keep that in mind when we do everything as well. There's house number 3. And I can put you back to medium. There we go. We'll get all of these done. Is that just waiting for one more log? And before you know it, we should be on that 50%. I can go ahead and turn this. You know what? I may as well get one in there now because they're quite slow at getting these in. The actual logs to do the building, if that makes sense. So that one's good to go. We need 2 more in there. 1 coming here. And then we should be good. I'll turn these back on afterwards to get these topped up. But hopefully we can start to get in some meat and leather. So that'll come in really handy when we get the the leather in for the, I said the hide, and then we'll make some leather for the houses as well. There's house number 4. Again, we would have been done probably a couple of minutes ago if we put the houses over here and stuff. That's fine. I'm trying to still make it look a little bit nice so I don't have to change it. There it is. Last one going in, and then we should be on to the saw pit. And then it's going to be onto the woodcutter's lodge, which after that I should be okay. But there's the 5. Now, honestly, I didn't even check my fertility, actually. We have capacity to farm on this little node, and it's not that bad. Yellow is okay, so I might actually get wheat farms in. And then if we house more this direction and then up here, yeah, we could farm all of this and farm up here, or just have strip farms all the way at the top. We're quite lucky with that. Now, the reason I'm not saying here is we probably should, but it's because of the wild animals, so we'll have to see. Then, what else do we need? I think we can now go ahead and set the logging camp to be moved. But based on this, what do we want to get in? Now, I would typically try and get honey as well. I really like it, but we do have the ability to deep mine. So we are going to be going down probably this route at some point. Just don't know if it's the right play yet. What was our other ones? So we've got extra clay. That's not good. Extra stone, if I'm honest. But, I mean, yeah, you can sell stone. It's not that good, though. So, not sure we will go this way yet. How much we'll be relying on those, I don't know. What's going to benefit us the most now, though, really, is probably... I don't know right now. I kind of want to go beekeeping. It is a really good food source, so... But again, not something I need right now either. I could make it really straightforward and go charcoal burning. They are really good. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll be fine. So by the time we get to the next one, we'll be able to get the beekeeping anyway. We're not going to go level 2 anytime soon, but we will want to try and get above 50% and then get in houses to help people out. But the main thing is going to be the planks. I'm going to hope this one gets done momentarily. I'm going to just let this one tick. We'll be on 6. Yeah, I can leave it there for now. To be honest, I think that's the best we can do. You're good. Kind of want to get these marketplaces good now so we can get them sorted. But let's get the well before we do any of that. Well. There we go. So let's get high priority over here and then very high there. And I'm going to, I think because we've got the food coming, I'm going to go ahead and turn these on. I think we're okay. We'll let the one family build. I'll just pause. Let's go 2 families. I'll pause the hunting camp. We'll let them do their thing, and then we'll start, hopefully, getting in some planks. I'll cap that at the 20, so I can get the church in. And what was the church in logs? 5. So, yeah, it's just the 20 planks that we'll need. We're doing pretty well on timber, so shouldn't be too much of a problem. You down in there building? Good job. He is. Get it done, mate. Doing a good job. That hairstyle is... questionable. That is definitely the mum's put a bowl on my head cut. Right, there's the saw pit. So I'm going to get one straight in here. I'm going to say do not go below the 5 timber. And you're going to make 20 planks for me right now. Thank you very much. Now, I'm not trusting myself to pause it. That's why. So, yeah. We got the 10 firewood, so hopefully we can get these guys in anyway. So it shouldn't be too bad. But we'll just have to wait for these guys to kind of get their thing. Really don't know whether to build anything on here. We want to keep productivity up, so we don't want to utilize them in the gardens yet. Probably going to move this hitching post now as well. Get that on there. Okay, there's the well. So, hopefully we lose this homelessness, and then we can get maybe one more house ready. How many? Yeah, we got the timber. Planks should be on their way, but we're going to just get in one more burgage plot. This is going to be the start of these guys. And then we'll work on probably some carrots at some point as well. But I just want to get one more in. So when we hit above 50, we can get a family to come in. Because that's our next step, right? The main thing is keeping their approval high enough to not fail. And then after that is to survive and expand. I've got to keep these kind of going. I've got to keep this one family here. I need to flip the hunting camp over as soon as I can. But I just need these planks. We've got 5. So the moment we get up to 20, this is obviously going to be paused, and then hopefully we can flip back to food and start getting in this. Then once that church is up, I should be able to start getting the berries. Now, they are seasonal, so we probably want to be ready to pick them as well. if I'm honest. I'm going to keep this still relatively close. So I'll pop this kind of here. And then we'll just grab the road directly back off the back of here, I think. Surely that fits. It does. Perfect. That's unintentional and it fits perfectly. So we'll come through there just for quicker access to this, hopefully. It's not too far. Now, remember, I set a 5 timber reserve, so they won't touch this until there is. But now we're on 49, so we're going up. Good. We've got the next burgage plot in as well. I kind of want to get in some eggs. Just for some variety. We could just tick that up really, really small. Probably a good idea, but I don't want to use those 2 planks, you know? Alright, 5 more planks, and they should be on their way. Are you working it? Come on. They're already complaining about both clothing and church, so we need to make sure we get that done as well. Berries are in, though, so we can always try and buffer it with food variety, which is the only thing giving us that little plus at the moment. But the main thing is we're high enough for them not to leave. The log's going in, so the last ones should be ready. And I'm going to get this church good to go. And honestly, haven't quite decided where I want it. I think we go over here. It's ready, though, so we want it close. So I'm going to go maybe in here. Yeah. Let's go in there for now. And then let's pause the saw pit. And let's go ahead and pick some berries. So we can get that one on. Although one family building this isn't ideal. We probably want to make sure that's a bit quicker. But I think we can buffer it with the food variety. I pause something else temporarily. I think don't have any logs either. So I kind of want to keep... this says there's 4 in there. Yeah. But we're about to use them, right? Foundation's already going in, though, on the church, so it shouldn't be too bad. The 2 oxen here. One going down to grab from this way, one going to grab from that way. So just need them berries coming in, which they are now, which is great. Just speeding through. I'm going to try and get to 3 months of food on the berries. There it is. And then I'm going to pause this. I'm going to get that extra family going on the church to get this one up. So we are on 47. The market food variety is outweighing the church here. Then we need to focus the clothing, right? So this is going to be absolute maximum. Then we're going to go into the industry side of things, and we are going to get tannery, which is another 6 planks. I will need to turn that back on, actually. I didn't factor that in, but that's fine. Let's get the church first. Then we can move forward. And then we're going to have to get firewood, because we are down to 2 months left. So in July, maybe, we're going to have to get that one in. But the church is a big deal, I think, for the happiness. Everything's in, so that should throw up pretty quickly now. And then I can move on to the next thing. Which, honestly, I think I'm going to start the firewood. The woodcutter's lodge. Just going to place this thing down here. It's only 1 log, so it should be fine. Going to be extra travel time, but that's okay. There's the church, though. Good stuff, man. Very quick. And then I'm going to turn this back on. I'll probably do it now. So we're going to turn that back on to get these 6 planks. We're going to need... We got the log, which is good. So we're on 6 timber as well. So we're really good there. And there's the 50%. Oh, this is going to make the world of difference, hopefully. July, can we get someone in? It might be August. To be fair, I'm normally quicker than this. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. There's the running out of fuel. We are working on that. Do not worry. Church up. Now, give me the buff. Let's go. And then we're going to need to flip back to the meat as well. This is going to go up and down because it's based on previous month. So the homelessness one is just going to hang around for ages. It really is, which is kind of annoying. Now, they're having to travel further. We got a little bit unlucky with where we wanted to chop down from. Because if I was just chopping straight into this, we would have been absolutely fine. But it is what it is, right? The moment we get all this basic stuff up, we should be okay. Okay, there's the woodcutter's lodge then. So we're going to need to grab some firewood. We're on the last month of it. Are my planks in yet, please? Right, the log's in there. So it should be crafting. Good. Good man. He's in there. He's getting his logs. There's the planks. Right, we need 1 more lot, mate. And then we're good. 1 more lot. There's the 51%. Okay. How do we want to balance this then? Last log's coming up. Leather is in. I need food. I also need to get something else. So, how many logs? 6. Let's pause. Let's get 1 in you. So we're going to go and finish that carcass we've got in there. It should give us a bit more food. And then we'll get 1 in there as well. The moment we get one family, I think we're happy days, so we should be fine. Just going to keep ticking up and down, unfortunately. But we should be able to get more food variety. It needs to be above 50, unfortunately, so... Last one going in there. As soon as the planks go in, I can pause this one again, so... There they are. Saw the number jump. Good. And we are going to get in our... leather. Leather, leather. Let's just plonk you there. And the other one, we're going to go ahead and get firewood in. So we're going to leave one building on that, one doing firewood. Just leave them to chop into this. It shouldn't take too long. If you're quite new to the game, by the way, the Woodcutter's Lodge doesn't actually take the logs from the logging camp. It does its own. So it has its own thing. They will go off and get the trees themselves. So they're going to come down here and knock a tree down. So it doesn't use your stored logs. They do their own chopping. We should get someone in because the church is doing a good job. Market food variety as well, with us getting that meat in, just ticked us up enough, I think, to get the family in. And then we can get the ball rolling. Just need to get that firewood in before anything else. There we go. We got some firewood coming, so we should be able to keep that number enough for happiness and all that jazz. And then it's clothing. So I'll need to flick off one of them before that. And I will flick the meat, probably. As soon as they move it over. There it is. So we're going to go pause. Turn on. We're going to get one in the tannery. And we are going to do that. I'm always keeping one family spare so they can do all the running around with the logs and all that sort of stuff. Although at this point, we're not building. I might be able to get away with one of them. Yeah, I will be able to. So let's go ahead and unpause the forages now. Let's keep this nice and high. We should be good for the next one. The power of market food variety, let me tell you. But yeah, hopefully, going into next month, we should be absolutely fine. And there's the firewood, so we're 3 and 2. All good. Even with trying to consider some beauty, I think we'll be alright. And then hopefully, with that one extra family, we can leave them out doing their thing. You just don't start with enough. The whole point of the game is to have it balanced. To make it more difficult for your balancing, you know what I mean? So, right, I'm going to go ahead and move the logging camp down this way now as well. It dipped to 47, you see, on July. So it always takes the previous, unfortunately. So you've just got to wait. We have food. We have fuel. So all looking good. Let's get this moving a bit. Woodcutter's Lodge, 17 then. That puts us on 4 months of each. So we can go ahead and pause Woodcutters. Now, winter does use double amount. So you've got to be careful of that as well. And then I'll let them move this first with this family. And then what I'll do is smash in the guys just cutting down. So hopefully I can get that new zone set for over here, and they're a little bit closer to bring the logs in, especially if I designate ox to the logging camp. It'll be nice and quick. Very tempted to order in a third one. I'm honestly thinking next month might be a problem again. Okay, tannery is going away, and we're going to turn back on the hunting camp now. We're going to keep them moving because we got in enough just for the common goods to supply the houses, basically. So they're all good, look. Got everything they need. They should be pretty happy. Just going to have to wait for the previous month to change, and then we'll be good to go. There's another one. So I'll just keep an eye. When we get up enough hides, we'll be all good. Logging camp. We can get one in there now. We'll have no families to move the logs about, so we do need to consider that as well. Does mean I can start to build some more houses ready, and kind of the other industry stuff as well. Like a marketplace. Shall we start trying to get some money in? I think I want to get in some eggs. I'm going to do it. We can use a couple of planks on that, so let's do it. And there we go. 8 months of food now. So what I'm going to look at here is probably the berries. We're in July, so I might need to just wait for them to kind of work down. We may as well make the most of them. Then I'll bring them out and let them kind of do some building. Maybe get some more firewood in ready. I think with the chickens coming in, that bit of meat, we might be able to make do anyway. And I'd like to get into charcoal pretty early on. Pretty cheap, to be honest. Refines 1 firewood into 2 charcoal. Tempting to do that now. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm getting the charcoal kiln in. What I'll do then is sacrifice those little bits. Because it just means I'll have to do less firewood splitting. So with the ones we do have, if we can change them to this, that would be perfect. So as soon as charcoal comes in, I can forbid the charcoal in here. Sorry, in this one. Forbid the firewood, sorry, and use that charcoal. And it's just another item we could potentially sell. Right, the moment of truth then. I mean, we're on 60, so it should go down to 61. It should go down to 55%. So we should get the new family in. And then we're good to go. I'm wondering whether we need to get, like, pull in the retinue or something. I have no idea. And there we go. The family has arrived. So we literally went all the way down to 50. No idea why. But that's fine. Let's go ahead and hit up that leather. And then we'll hit the charcoal afterwards. So we've got 8 timber. Kind of enough to work with right now. There's no building going on, so let's go ahead and turn on the... Sorry, I keep hitting the pause. Let's turn on the charcoal kiln with someone in. That family. Let's turn this 10 into 20 charcoal, yeah? That doubles our firewood. And we don't need to chop into our trees to do so. So it's always nice. There we go. First lot coming in. So I ideally want to keep this up and running, but yeah, we definitely want to get the next house in now. And house-wise, shall we rebuild? I think I'm going to get my first veggie in, so let's just check. If I come down this way then, I might get this as a double plot. Double plot of the vegetables, and we'll get that one upgraded in there as well. Perfect. And then as that charcoal comes in, hopefully we will be good to pause that one up once again. I think once the houses have the leather they need, by the way, guys, that is it. You don't need to worry about it. So they are done for ages. Go ahead and pause the tannery. Let's get those flipped over. That charcoal should be coming out because all the firewood is blinking in here. So let's go. No limit. Just work. Gonna wait for that to spice up a little bit. Let's flip the timber over to the firewood now. So we're in August. I'm planning for the winter here. The first winter. It's going to be pretty harsh. We've seen how many times it's rained as well. It's pretty much rained every single month in game. I might just pick those last lot of berries as well. So we've got a little bit of bread left. Just let the hunting camp kind of replenish. Let's go ahead and turn on the forager's hut. And we want this to be the highest, so we really want to get those carrots in. I think they're 15, aren't they? So we've got enough to get that one in for next year as well. And there we go, 22 charcoal. Fantastic. Obviously, they've got firewood in at the moment, but that is insane. It's going to be really good, man. I think we can wait, so that charcoal's good. Let's pause you, and let's get also the trading post. So we've got enough logs for this one. Kind of want to keep this one off the road here, so I'm going to come probably inside here. So I'm going to try and fit a couple in there when we need them. But this house is the most important first, because we're going to get into the next month. Ideally, we need this kind of up. So hurry up and get my last log in there, please. We're going to miss it because they're not here building it. Come on, guys. Go, go, go. Where are you? Stop it. There we go. Come on. Get it done. No, do not go into the next month before this being built, man. He's on his own trying to get it up. Look. Come on. We're against the clock here, mates. We got it. All right, I think we're good for the next family. Perfect. So that, like I say, is going to be carrots, and then we can expand it. So that requires our 15. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And there's a bandit camp. I'm going to let them come out. I really need my retinue so I can come and steal the money, really. That would be the smartest play, but we're not quite grabbing up what we need. So we'll have to just let the other ruler deal with that. Let's go into September so I can start the sowing. I think the berries, there's 6 left. I'm going to turn that off, and that allows our wild animals to probably replenish. I think I'm actually going to be at a point where I could probably start getting that stone. It's all the way up there, so there's like no rush. This needs a bit of planks though. So let's go ahead and pause the forager's hut, so we're not going to get anything out of that. Let's get the saw pit in. On the go again. And then we'll flip to the charcoal kiln now. So lots of micromanagement, so whilst I stock up all my goodies. But it does mean I should be good to literally not worry about any of the resources running out. Especially in the winter, because that kind of doubles. All the fuel requirements should go up to next to double. So there we go. September, we should see that family come in. There they are. Lovely stuff. Right. We can continue now with getting out what we need. So I'm going to get yet another house. That one, though, I'm going to put this as high priority as an upgrade. So that's highest. And then we'll get that second one in. Trade post is in. So I can officially get one of these guys in. And what I'm going to do Now that we have it, see, we can do minor trades without the need to do anything. And stone just happens to be one of those things. So we want to keep 10. We're going to start mining stone in a moment. So I'll get that ready and we'll start selling that off to the minor trade. And we're also going to do, these are all minor, so we can go ahead and sell out some firewood as well. Honestly, we have 4 hides that we could get rid of. I don't think that's the right play though, so let's go, stone, planks are probably sensible. I want to keep, yeah, I can probably keep this on now. I'm just thinking how many planks I need for my next thing. So let's say 15. They're minor trades. They should start getting those in. There's one family in there, so hopefully we can get that one going. We just need to make a little bit of money now so we can start to actually get stuff in. And ideally, because obviously the money we make from taxes is based on our regional wealth. So if we can get the regional wealth up, we can start taxing. And then I can get mercenaries. And then we're all good. So it means I just don't need to rely on them. Should start to see some eggs coming as well, which we do have. Lovely. Okay, they're transporting to the trade post, so I'm going to look at what we want to do next. Now, we're ready to upgrade if we want to, which will also generate stuff, but we do need to be careful because their requirements then go up, right? We'll need to then consider getting roof tiles for the next one. We'll also need that extra clothing, and we'll also need the extra food. So the only other thing I'm thinking is we see if we can do flax. The answer is no. So flax is kind of not going to help us in any way, shape or form either. So we're going to rely on trading. So we're going to have to get those guys in. Now I could buy in some sheep and just grab yarn. We also have berries, so we could make dye. The other food source can come from us leveling up and getting beekeeping. That would also help. But honestly, we do need some kind of clothing. We could do with establishing trade routes being halved as well. So you get the 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll have one more. Where would we go? Probably orchardry. I don't know. Sheep breeding could be pretty good. Sheep grazing. No. Yeah, we'd go orchard. So I might grab these guys next then. Not sure whether it's sensible to upgrade these then. Yet. Do I want to stabilize first? I kind of do. I also do want to get this stone pit in. It's pretty cheap, so let's just plonk this thing over here. We obviously need to be careful with our first attack that will come after the first year. So when you hit January, we'll get the popper or whatever it is. That will tell us we need to prepare. And after that, it will be the manor house, which is where the stone is coming in. That's why I'm building it. So we'll get our retinue out, and then we'll be okay. These guys, I mean, look at them with their mercenaries already. You gotta be careful because they are more aggressive too. But they are very much going for the bandit camp, I think. Okay, the first one I will upgrade, by the way, guys, is going to be this burgage plot with the carrots in as well. So I'm going to hit that now. That's going to be our first upgrade, and then I can determine if we're going to be okay. At the moment, we only have the 2 food sources plus a little bit of eggs. So when those carrots come in, I think that's when we kind of move to tier 2. So before that, we'll make sure we have our retinue out. We might want to consider taking an early expansion if we can as well. So he'll start trying to take them. But we'll probably want to press claim. There's a bit of iron on that one, but they're not that good. Now this is a farming one because there's only one giant one. So this could be the farming zones. Let me just show you. Yeah, look at that. It's absolutely insane. Like the whole thing is just perfect for farms. Okay. So that, yeah, it kind of makes sense for that one to be the farming one if we expand to that. There you go, look, the burgage plot causes a loss of approval already. We're fine though, we're on 66%, so it shouldn't be a problem. Right, how are we doing? Are you guys going to do my trades? Obviously stone can't happen yet, planks aren't going to happen anytime soon either. This saw pit also needs to probably move. It would make a lot more sense for it to be over here, so let's get this moved just here. A little bit closer. It's close enough then to this guy. Also gives me a bit of freedom to do stuff up there as well. We've got enough for the next family, so I can go highest because we've got this expansion done. Now, the upgrade is done. We'll need tavern supply, church level. So the only one we need to do is tavern supply. That was it. It's ale. What's our barley fertility like? So we're going to have to buy in barley and get the malt houses pumping, which is fine. Linek is being claimed. That's right over that end. Yeah, you can take it. It's fine. He's too quick for me anyway. I got no chance. All right, I'm just going to push the stonecutters camp now because that's going to be the resource we sell. I normally sell firewood, if I'm honest, but it's not something I'm doing at the moment. I just realised I have had the charcoal kiln on for ages. We don't need it to be. So I can get them kind of moving with that. Probably want to get the... So wild animals are starting to come back now. So let's go ahead and get the hunter's camp back on now. Just to get a bit of leather in. That might be something else we sell. There it is. Should get them in. Where's my family? There it is. Lovely. And then we can focus those just solely on the stonecutters camp, hopefully. Obviously, we're going to need to consider these guys getting pretty full as well. Give me my eggs in there, please. They need 3 for food varieties. They're not going to be able to hit that. But we don't get loss of approval unless we go below. So it's actually only on clothing. So we'll need to go shoes. That was it. The other clothing, we'll just do shoes. Absolutely fine. There we go. And we're going to get one in the stonecutters camp. So we're going to slowly get those guys in. We obviously want to always keep a little bit of thingy in. So we're still in the first year. It's October, but we did manage to get them pretty happy and get those guys in with a church, all that sort of stuff as well. We've got 1 spare house at the moment in here. So these guys, you can see we've got our first house giving money as well. But we do need to work on today is going to be mainly about booze. Boozy. So, and we won't be going too far with the upgrades until we're good on that. So I haven't quite decided which route we will take. However, I will get the expansion in on this house so we've got the family sorted. And then I will be aiming to get second lot carrots in there. Now, we're not going to be able to get any kind of ale going. So it'll be malt. Sorry, barley, and then we'll be making malt. So I'll just be grabbing in a little bit to serve these guys pretty well. But we will be getting the tavern in pretty quickly. So at the moment, we've only got 1 family building, but that is absolutely fine. So small tavern is very cheap. And this thing is going to actually go over here. The reason I'm building this way is because we've got the ability to farm on this map. So we will be doing that. And we did something quite interesting where we decided to... I never get charcoal this early, but I decided to get it. And it came in really handy. So we ended up getting quite a bit going. So we've got both of these paused at the moment because the charcoal this early in the game is insane. So you just need to basically cut a little bit down, flip the switch over to charcoal, and you will be good to go because they'll get it all cooked up for you. And these guys are then pretty happy. Now we can upgrade. However, like I say, I kind of want this one to be the upgraded one. There we go. Tavern coming in very quickly as well. So it's good. That is really quick. I need to probably consider getting this malt house in also, which is 12 stone. Stone has started to tick back in now as well, so that's going to be really good. We've got a long way to travel to get to it, so it could be better, but it is what it is. Don't want to go all the way in, actually. Just going to bring that little road up there. And I could have put the stone camp closer, to be fair, actually. It makes a lot more sense to probably do that. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to just chuck it up here. It's a long old way for them to travel, but I think it's the right thing to do because down here it is way too far for them to walk. Actually, you know what? I'm going to upgrade this one. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we need shoes. So actually, I can get that built. As you can see, though, we have 15 regional wealth at the moment. So we've managed to sell off some planks, actually, it looks like. I think. Let's just check our trade. Yep, we got 12 coins from that. So I should be able to get that one going with a veggie garden as well. So I'm going to get that one in. The reason I need that is because we are going to need a pretty good supply of them as of next year for the food variety. And then we'll continue getting eggs on these guys as well. I also probably want to consider turning this back on. So something we can set up is going to be that trade route. Now, in terms of what we want to do development point wise, I think I do need to have these. And if we're going to buy in barley, it might be best to go down this route as well. That's fine. That gives us... Then we'll go deep mining. So that's 4 points. It gives us a couple more. And yeah, there's not really much else that I want. So it will be a case of probably beekeeping and orchards, maybe? All right, I've just gone ahead and turned off the storage of firewood in here. So as we get that in, I'm hoping I will have the spare family soon to get the charcoal kiln just permanently running. So they always transfer into here. And I think that's kind of how we do it. We have 50 storage in here, so that's kind of fine. They'll come and do their thing, hopefully, and get it for that anyway. That's what we're going to go with. Just made 6 more gold. I think we managed to sell a couple more planks, so that's really good. It does mean we can start upgrading these. I am going to buy the barley in, but I'm going to wait until we've got this. It's definitely this one. So we can have the setup of the trade routes. So I think we want to sell charcoal at some point as well, when we start chopping it down anyway. There's our second one, though, about to finish off. Just waiting on one log there, which we do have. And there it is. Right, we're going to grab the trade logistics then. Just because I will have to import here. And when this gets to 50, I will be doing that as well. Just getting that one up. So we only have 6 coins. So I'm not sure we can get it just yet. But I do want to try and get in. So it's only costs 10. So we'll establish... Oh, it's a minor trade anyway. So we might be able to... don't want to do that yet. Let's keep the trade off. Because you can buy barley in anyway, actually, on the minor trade. So that might be what we do. But then after the stone one is done, we're going to go into, like I say, the malt house. Just need to decide where I'm going to put this. I think for the most part, I am just going to plonk it over here, actually. It just makes a lot of sense, just like here. We're going to have to up the amount of people in these as well soon. So I'm just looking. We are getting close to capacity here, so we do need to sort that out. I also need to get the shoes done, which will be in this lovely thing here. But that costs 10 coins. At the moment, though, we're fine. These guys are happy enough, just like this. And we're going through the months without having this ready. I need this expansion to finish, actually. I can't do anything without that. And then after that, I'm going to need more. So we're going to work on... It's going to be the same again. I think we need just multiple veggie gardens. But I'll do one at a time. And we're going to stick to pretty much a similar size. I think that's a good size there to get that one going. Here we are, the first winter. Snowy times, man. It is so gorgeous, isn't it? I'm at the point now, like, where I can just appreciate it and just soak it all in too much. I don't need to stress about hitting each build, because even on hard mode, which we're on right now, I am just sat waiting at the moment, and it's quite nice, because then I can just absorb the beauty. And we do need to obviously consider when they attack as well, but that is a problem for soon, not directly right now. Now, we hindered ourselves by not timing the house builds properly, to be honest, so I really need that burgage plot to kind of finish. What I'm going to do is go ahead and pause this now. So it's getting a little bit full. In terms of firewood, though, we're all good. So hopefully these get finished off. So we want someone to move in and we can start getting the carrots going. But we will end up with some this year, which is fantastic. I haven't decided what my first lot of units are going to be either. I think I'll end up going down the route of spears or maybe some archers really early on. And then I do want to grab the mercenaries as well. There we go. We should see... The family's coming in now. There we go. That'll put us in good standing to get all this building done. But mainly going to need this stone. So let's go ahead and get one in there just to start ticking that through. We have 20 gold now. So I think first things first. Do I want to grab that? We can make some leather, but I do want to get the shoes just to get them happy. Can I hold fire on that, though? 60% happiness. I think I can. As long as I keep the variety coming, we should be all right. So let's hold fire because that's going to take from our labor pool as well. And let's just make sure we got a couple of smaller houses kind of in here as well. We'll get 2 more there. I'll just make sure this is top priority here. And then we'll get, like I say, the malt house when the stone comes in. So we should start to see that now. You know what I'm going to do with the saw pit? I'm going to up the production now to 40 planks. Because we're going to need some for the manor house too, which I will be getting in very soon also. Alright, burgage plots coming in now. So we've got houses to cover everyone. So we're just going to need to work on what we want to do. I think we want to try and get a little bit more variety by getting in some chickens here. So I'm going to go ahead and get 2 lots. That's our gold out. And then we can do the malt. Honestly, we're in a position where we could probably upgrade, though, to get the half. So maybe don't get the malt until we've got 5 burgage plots. I think that's the play. And then, yeah, this one here, look, can be upgraded. I am going to do that because it's carrots. It's important. So we get the extra storage in there. The reason I always do double for the families in veg, by the way, is because I don't want to micromanage grabbing families, moving them to closer buildings. I just want to have extra people harvesting the carrots, you know. So it's a little bit easier from that route. Keeping a close eye, though, granary is going to be filling up soon. We should have the berries coming back in at some point, but we are just about holding on with the amount that we had. So those carrots and eggs are going to be really useful. And the honey is going to be good on soon as well. I am going to flip this on in a moment. Let's do it now. Let's get the charcoal burning. And we'll leave that one family grabbing that. We see stone now, so we can get our malt house in. So malt house, as we said, I'll probably just grab it in right here. And then we'll be able to start getting that geared up ready for Le Ale. And the extra families coming in means I can pretty much just tick up everything we need here. So probably will get a forester in soon as well. Actually, I say soon. Let's just do it now. So with this down here, I can probably get them to just continually plant over here. So we'll get that in as well. But what I'll do is, it actually doesn't matter which rate those kind of build in. We already have the extension and the family in here. So I do kind of want to get the carrots in. At the same time, that's 3. So 4 would be here. We're also going to need to sacrifice. So let's get that one going. We're not producing food from these yet anyway. So we'll probably do these first. I don't know whether just to... Let me see. What do we want to get? Militia footman. Spear militia are obviously always really good. It's always going to be like the crossbowmen. Archers are a pretty straightforward one though. So we'll grab probably those in. But now they can be pretty strong. So yeah, let's go with the Bowyer's workshop then. Which means we're going to lose one family in here. What I also need to do is make sure our plank numbers are set. So I'm actually going to change this to 30 now. So we're only going to sell above that one as well. Alright, Bowyer's workshop is in then, so we're going to go ahead and do this. I think do we have a little bit of iron here? Don't think we do, actually. So this zone doesn't have any iron, so for the best part then, let's go for a reserve of 10 planks. Let's just produce 10 warbows. That's going to be something we also sell, so it is a pretty straightforward trade that we're going to do here. And then we'll start to get these guys in, hopefully, with the bows as well. And then once we've got those, we can get our retinue, and then we should be absolutely fine to defend with. And last upgrade to tier 5. Let's get this burgage plot in here, and then hopefully we can get this one finished off. So we're running out of logs. Oh yeah, maybe get someone in the logging actually. What are we doing? We've got plenty of fuel, so let's pause the charcoal kiln for now. Let's get a second lot in. No, let's leave logging. Let's just get the building upgraded on these houses. Did quite a bit in the first one. Okay, another ruler's army is sighted, so he's going to run off and probably grab this zone now. That's usually what happens when he sends them out. So our first claim of any area is going to be pretty tough, actually, with him. We shall see, though. It's going to be interesting because we're going to need to probably get the mercenaries. However, we could bait them in, I suppose, and just fight them in a different zone. We'll have to see. All right, we have 25 coins now. And we have our first 2 archers in. Oh, check me out, eh? So, what do we want to do here? I'm kind of just thinking what route we take. I honestly think we might be able to start unlocking some kind of trade routes. And I think I'm going to start with charcoal. I know I wanted barley, but it's not quite built yet. Let's check the prices first. Yeah, so charcoal would be 25. Bows will be 25, so it doesn't make any difference. I think in terms of what we're chopping down, charcoal is going to be easier. So we're going to establish that trade route. We're going to export, but we're going to keep 50. And then we'll probably just turn this on for now. And we'll let the building slowly happen. Okay, and we've got our first year now, so the raiders will be coming in. I was waiting for that one. We should be all right. And then we'll just wait for these berries to grow before we start grabbing those in, because food is dipping a little bit low. We will also get carrots in soon. Yeah, there you go. I knew he was going to take it. He's off to take that one, so we're going to have to claim 3 zones from him at some point, but that's okay. There it is. So I just realized there's the import. Cool. We can get our barley going at some point off that then. So all good. So the next one obviously requires the level 3, which in turn requires clay for the church. And also more food and clothing. So shoes are also going to be important. Why are you telling me? Access to small stone church or better. Yeah, you have it. The exclamation mark's only on these ones, so we're okay. All we need is that tavern supply. That's why it's not dipping too much. Lack of entertainment, that should help. We just need the ale, so that's definitely going to sort it. Church being too low also will need to be considered then. So let's have a look. It's just the clay, isn't it? Which is nice and easy. It's not a hard one to get set up. It is literally... Oh, we need the planks, though. We're going to get that one in there. So we'll just wait for those. What I'm going to do is turn off the plank trade for a moment. Because we have a little bit of income from these guys now. Plenty of stone now. Now, if we want to up the amount, we can obviously purchase this, but I'm saving it because it doubles each time, and you want to save your smaller ones probably for later. We're going to also be able to sell roof tiles pretty well from this settlement, so money is going to be easy enough later on as well. Now, Malt House is officially done. We're going to get a fuel stockpile in there, but the Forester's Hut is also done as well, so I need to determine what we want to do, and I think we go with... We've got the logs in there. I think we're fine on this. We're kind of selling some charcoal now, though, so we definitely want to get this going. And what I'll do is set the zone for this section here. What I'm going to do then with this one is also set the zone over here. So I'm going to get a replant kind of here, I think. Is absolutely fine. And then when we get the extra families, we should be good. We've got space for 3 more. It's probably sensible that we get the shoes in at some point as well, though. All right, we've got 4 archers. Lovely stuff. Let's also now get our pit in. I'm going to bring it this way because we could potentially get 2 later on with the deep mine. So we're going to go like that. Okay, food then is pretty low now. So I need 1 more family, really. What can I get away with here? Honestly, not a lot. I think once the trading post has stuff in, we can then get these guys in. Might have to hold fire. Problem is I do want to keep making money with that stone as well. There we go. We have another one. Let's go ahead and turn on the forager's hut. Let's get a bunch of berries in just to see us over. I'm going to go ahead and pause the hunter's camp for a moment. And I am... Well, what do I want to get in? Definitely going to need to get horses in at some point. We've only got 13 though. Let's quickly get this building done and then we'll get them assigned. I'm going to go ahead and spend on the shoes. So we're going to get the cobbler shop in. And then... So the pit was done, yeah? Perfect. I think our building is good. We only have 3 gold. Let's turn back on the tannery temporarily. We'll run out of people transferring, but that's okay. So as long as these guys get this charcoal in, the stone's in, but I want them to get the charcoal in. Because then we can make some big bucks once they come through. Charcoal's worth a fair bit. If you didn't know, guys, it is... pretty good value. So you get 5 per piece and we have 19 that we could potentially sell, so just need them to get it in. I'm going to get another family in a sec anyway, so that is good. So I can keep that running then. So we've got a little bit of leather, but it is going to run out for the new houses, so I am going to have to pause this. So until we're hunting again, we're going to be short on leather as well, which does kind of tie me into whether I should get 1 or 2 goat pens also, but that is going to have to be a little bit later on. I'm just going to turn the hunting camp back on now. And we're just going to bump the numbers up here. A little bit of eggs ticking us over as well. If I click this one, though, we do have a bit more variety, so it's not horrendous. Now, we have 23, so I think if we just keep a little bit of leather in, and then we, I don't know, produce 20 shoes for now. Got room for 1 more family, so I'm going to have to get another one in soon. We've got the goods, haven't we, to build one, so let's get another house in. Going to keep 2 the same here, because... You know what? Firewood isn't going to be a problem at all in this settlement because we just have the charcoal. So it's always going to be pretty nice. And we're going to go as small as we can. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get 1 more. I think I want to keep that for an upgrade. Should we get 1 more chicken? Or do I get an animal pen? I'm going to go animal pen and I'm going to get 1 lot of goat in just to tick up hides, I think. And we're also going to commit to more carrots here. So we're going to get a yield of carrots anyway this year. They're starting to come in already. That's really good. And burgage plot stuff coming in nicely as well. So, are we seeing our first lot of shoes yet? We are. Beautiful. There's 10 shoes. So once these guys are over, although I don't have enough people to keep up with this demand now. So, what are we going to do? Think we can stop the stone for now. It's not worth a lot anyway, so let's free up a family from there. And as you can see, these trees are coming out now, so I'm going to need to put someone in the forester. Let's start planting. And then in terms of the army, we have 26 now in the bowyers, which are awesome. Look at all that money. So we sold a charcoal one, so we're in good standing now. So that does say to me, basically, let's get some eggies in. Let's get one more animal pen. I'll leave the rest. But 73. So this is where we're going to get in the warbows first. I think so. So I think we go for an export of the warbows. And we'll say let's always have 5. So that's going to bring in some more money. And I will also... Oh, we don't have enough money. But I'm going to get in my first lot of upgrades here. Probably get in another ox. And get all 3 of these upgraded. So we'll start getting some horses in. Look at that. We got the bows in as well. So we are going to see some sales, which is great. Really, really good stuff here. And there we go. A spare family joins the squad. So how do we want to do this? A little bit of hides. I do want to keep just the food coming in, which as you can see now, we have a pretty good variety. So hopefully we can get this going. I can't go to tier 3. So the main thing is going to be the, what's it called? Getting everything up and running. So that's good. Let's go ahead and build a couple more houses whilst we've got the capacity to. So we'll probably go with, let's go pretty tight, Nick. There we go. We'll get 2 more in there without the snap, which makes my life a bit easier. And I think we can start mining the clay. And then in the meantime, we'll also go ahead and get in the clay furnace, which I think goes in nicely right, I don't know, right here. That's fine. And then one more family, maybe I'll get them in on the, what's it called as well? Get them over kind of doing something. Go ahead and pause the woodcutter's lodge. And let's get, yeah, I think granary is probably the way forward. So we don't have enough. That should help. And then we need one more family for the store supply. Okay, let's get our first horse. And clay furnace has completed. So what we'll do is get in the first bits of clay. And then we'll make this. So we'll get restock in there. So all we're doing is gearing up for this. So we just need... What I need to do, actually, is say no to... Need 25 stone permanently. We've got 26, so hopefully they don't sell more than 1. We need to go in between these 2. So we'll get the fuel in there. We'll get the clay furnace going, and then we're getting the wooden church, the church upgrade next, basically. I'm just holding off on ale. I'm keeping hold of the money. We're fine. The reason I am is because I look at happiness, we're okay, and I think the church is then gonna get rid of quite a good negatives, which is a -2 there as well, which also keeps us pretty happy. And as long as we keep this food variety up, we're absolutely fine. Okay, we've got room for 2 more then. Also a bit of cash. Might save that for the next purchase. Honestly, it might be worth us getting in the shoes. The shoe sale. At the moment, they should all have them. Oh, I know why. We need someone in the storehouse. I'm also going to need to upgrade this one. Let's get a new marketplace going. That should cover them now. That's what we're kicking off about, isn't it, guys? You guys not happy with your clothing requirements because we don't have enough people to service you, so we'll get those guys in now. My bad. Right, 30 archers now. The rest are going to be going into selling, which is awesome. So, we have our first roof tiles coming in, guys. Beautiful. So we're well on our way to getting this in. We've got 8 already. So here's our next one. I am zooming through, and I'm going to get this church upgrade done. What do we need? 1 more. Beautiful. And then we're on for the... So I'll get this up, then I'll get ale, then I'll get the extra clothing before I do any tier 3s. And there it is. Boom. Let's get it upgraded. So I've got these guys just producing the roof tiles for me now. That is something I'm going to be able to sell. We've got 100 of the money, so I need to decide what I'm doing with that one too. Plenty of berries, which we're going to now turn off. I'll get herbs in there at some point as well. Maybe actually let's get that now. And then... kind of want a second forester, but you never know, right? Okay, realistically then, I am going to start saving up for the manor house so we can start taxing, because I really want to get this retinue in. Now, just to be honest, you almost need to hire all of the retinues beforehand. So if we come in here, I should be able to grab all 3 as long as we can keep our money high. And in all honesty, we might be able to take a spot pretty quickly. Now, what does this one have? It's pretty rubbish, actually. It's got fish. Yeah, it would have to be a hunting and probably sheep, but most likely we're going to go this way for our second one. So we'd get the berry overkill thing and then farm. So berry and farms. So we just mass produce bread. And then this one also would be meat and fish. So nice and easy there. So we actually don't have any spot with double iron. So we actually did quite well with this spot. It's not going to be great for food in the long run, but like for these two anyway. But we'll be relying on the veggies and stuff as well. But there's a new family, so we should be okay now to start the production stuff going up. So we're going to need maybe one in the logging camp. And then maybe one over in the stonecutters camp again. So let's get some more stone in. I should be able to get this manor house. So we've got 210 days. So it's going to be a case of just getting that 15 stone in over here, I think. But yeah, we've got the church coming in. That is more than important here. And then we should be able to get more tier 2. So these guys, food, fuel, clothing, all good. Church now gets the tier 2 even before it's built. So that's quite nice. To be fair, I'll take it. Just going to double check where we want this logging camp to cut down from. And I'm going to be a bit cheeky. We're going to go like that. So it cuts down these ones over here as well. And then hopefully the planting will come in and we should see the trees come in quite nicely. It shouldn't take too long. They're pretty good at doing it. So after a year or two, the trees are back anyway. We'll get a second person in the forester's hut as well, just to make sure we're fine. And in terms of fuel, we're also going to need to turn this back on. A little bit low on those, but that's okay. I think we've got a little bit more charcoal we can knock up here. Now, food got, well, let's just check the drop here. So we've got some eggs, berries, veg, and meat. And we are going to be picking up a tiny bit from these guys as well. So we've got a bit of leather in. Shoes are looking good. I also think then I want to sell probably some shoes also. So we've got a little bit on. But at the same time, I'm not sure how well we can get this going. I'm going to get one more. We'll leave just the one horse actually for now. And I'm hopefully just going to make some more money. So, new families have come in then. We now will need to consider where we want to go with this. And I think we want to get more businesses going. So, we probably need tier 2. In all fairness, we probably want to switch these. So if I go chickens in these guys... And then we want to be able to make weaponry. But I think actually the main sale is going to come from this. So clay furnace. If we can keep hold of roof tiles, which we have, we want to get that unlocked really quickly. So roof tiles, by the way, are pretty nuts. 120. So as long as we have, let's say 20, we can sell the rest. We just need to get up to 120 coin. I want to get a second family in there as well. But I'm going to get the woodcutter's lodge back on now to get that more charcoal in. Because fuel is going to take more and more of a demand as we keep building out. And I'm also going to go ahead and get another vegetable farm. So again, we're going for pretty big efficiency here, guys. Nothing too special. So just get a nice wide one there. That's what it's all about. And before you know it, we'll be onto that tavern supply as well. So just keeping an eye on whether I can keep the happiness high enough with without the beer. So lack of entertainment is going to take a pretty big hit, but I think we outweigh it with all the other stuff as long as we can keep them up. There it is though, church coming in. Beautiful, man. That's how it's done, baby. In it goes. So we are in good standing. So that is completed. We are left now with some really good resources to get our manor house. And this thing is going up here. I don't care what anyone says. He's going to look down on the peasants. And we'll probably commit... I wanted to commit the garrison tower, actually, but we don't quite have enough. So we'll just go for the basic build for now. Although this is a really bad idea. This is a really bad idea up here, guys. If we're going for... yeah, if we're just trying to be, like, efficient with it, we do just want to go pretty nearby. So let's just commit down here. Let's not be daft about it. Worth noting, we only have room for one more now in the well. We've got that double plot. Let's get another double plot. That should be all of our veg needs down this way. Ideally, we actually want to fill this out, most likely. Let's go with those two. And we'll get that. That's more than enough housing-wise. One builder to do it. So, main one's going to be this one. And then hopefully the manor house afterwards. But without the families, not a lot we can do. So we're in September. Probably want to get the hunting camp back on as well. So a little bit of meat. What can we sacrifice for that? I think... I want to keep the fuel going. Again, we're going to be selling the charcoal, so I want to make sure I'm slowly ticking that number up of the charcoal, because I don't want to overdo it. So let's go 60 now. So we sell a little bit. We're at 71. I really want to open that second trade route. The roof tiles are in, so we could do with getting that one open, because they're not going to sell until it's in. Go ahead and turn the stone off now. We'll get that extra unit back, and I'm going to grab in the meat. So we're going to go again with that one. And actually, we don't get the policies till the next one, do we? I'm just going to get this one. Reduce the yield of crops. Actually, no, we can do crops here, though, so it might be safe to just do it here as well as the other settlement. We'll have to see. And we'll make sure we get this stone well level up afterwards as well. All right, there's the family then. Let's go ahead and upgrade the stone well. And before we do anything else, I'm going to go ahead and get one more ox, and I'm going to commit one to the logging camp permanently, so we can make sure logs are coming back in and out. And as you can see, the trees are coming up around here, so they're definitely planting them. So looking really good. I think we timed that pretty well. Again, not going to expand this just yet, guys. I am going to hold fire until we've got the money for the thingies. Roof tile is going to be a big sale when we get it. Look, see where they are. We see a trader. Yeah, we got 2 more coming in this way. Worth also noting now, we have 52 war bows in. I think I'm going to play it pretty safe, and we're going to get another unit in. So as we get extra people, we're going to go for these guys. I think the key is going to be making sure we just sell loads of roof tiles, though. I'm tempted to get a second trader in here, so we can go out selling as well. Oh, it's so tempting to buy in that next one, but yeah, let's just get them in. So we are building. The houses and stuff are ready, so I will just hold fire. I think we need a little bit more. No, we're okay on leather. This whole time, hopefully we're all right here. Granary's getting pretty full again. Meat's good. Berries good. Veg is good. And we have eggs. Let's go on to the surplus one instead, though. There we go. All our burgage plots have completed. So we're ready for people to move in. It's coming along nicely, actually. It's looking pretty big. Hopefully we can get these sales going, man. Winter's approaching. We're going to get a famine and hopefully the extra $1. So we'll get 5 from that one. Please come and buy some goods. There's our new ox coming in. There we go. Plus 85. You beauty. What did we sell? Oh, yeah, buddy. We're going to go ahead, come out, go back in and unlock the roof tiles trade. So we are in for money making now with those guys in. And then we can focus this. So we'll slowly get the archers still ticking up here. I think it's about time we got some more carrots as well. So we want to make sure we've always got 2 as the fallback. So I know we need 3 in here, but we don't lose generally much approval if there's 2. So it's not too bad. But when we go to tier 3, there's going to be a requirement for loads. So, well, the booze mainly. But probably going to need to upgrade the storehouse soon as well. But we're going to have to turn the tannery on. And let's go for a... Are we okay to do that? Yep, storehouse upgrade. So hopefully that's nice and quick. It's got everything. It needs just needs 2 logs, actually. And then maybe another ox. Have we got room for that? No, we'd have to build another thingy. That's not a problem. Let's squeeze you in there. Then we're going to need another person in the granary as well. I think we can expand this one. Let's go ahead and do that. And there it is. Our beautiful large storehouse. Plenty of room to do everything. And I think the granary, I think is okay, actually. We're fine. There's the hitching post, though. So I've got enough to get the next ox in, which is good. Because hopefully I can commit one to the saw pit at some point as well. I don't think it's needed necessarily anyway. But we should be fine. All right, we're 91 days away. So let's make sure the manor house is in and ready. I'm going to commit one of these guys to the saw pit now. So we're going to get 1 ox in there. And that should then mean we can commit to making sure that loads of bows come in for these guys as well. Which should be good. I want to make sure the limit is a little bit higher so we can sell a bunch. So let's keep that going. And we'll make sure the planks are still only going down to 10. At the moment, it's looking good on timber, though. And we are cutting back into this. So hopefully this year we'll have that growth. But look at that for a sale. Oh, baby. So this is without taking any bandit camps, by the way, as well. So once this comes in, I'm going to go ahead and hire up the mercenary. So here it is. We've got, so it'll be 250 for the crossbowmen. I actually am more bothered by these. So 15 90, this is per month, so 105. 355 if we take all three. Plus our 2 archers makes a pretty good army. But I'm not going to obviously attack anything yet. Definitely want to just be able to build a little bit of wealth. There it is, the manor house. A couple more stone in there, guys. 4 more pieces, please. We're back into January now, so 3rd year coming on in. And the settlement isn't quite so small anymore. We have 60 population, so not too bad. And there's our retinue. Perfect. Which also means we unlock the policies. And I'm going to go for the wild animals on rich deposits. I know it doesn't work properly, but it does mean that we get... It is still kind of broken where even when it's not a rich deposit, it still works. So with this money, this is where we want to buy probably the barley in now. Do I want to do that? And we can get to tier 3. I think I want to go a couple more to tier 2. And I think I'm going to do the carrot houses first, to be honest. It's going to be a little bit more income. This is more than enough veg for the size of the settlement, so it's just going to be another resource we can sell, right? I'm going to put the planks now up to 50 as well. So our biggest thing that we can do is make sure the production of the Bow's workshop is going to be a little bit higher. And I am going to have to sacrifice some of my money to buy in some weaponry at some point. So we'll have to decide... In which way we want to do that. Spearmen, we'd have to go large shields and spears, which would be pretty expensive to unload, but we can make the shields, which is trades that we need to do. I'm going to go into a woodworking shop, I think. What do we need for it? Got level 2 low, actually. We need to level that up, don't we? We sacrifice the chickens out of here. Get rid of that. Let's get you upgraded. Let's also change you to a pen. And you to chickens, and then you are going to go to nothing and get upgraded as well. So what we're going to do is aim to get these guys as industry at some point. So we're going to have, obviously we're going to need the malt houses too, so we'll have to do some, but this is going to be creating some shields for us, and then we just need to buy in spears. Same, or swords, whichever we go for, right? But spears, the shields are going to be the holding force, I think, for us. Okay, we're going to sacrifice one of the families then into the joiner workshop here. So we'll be left with just the one. And that is going to be creating some big shields for us. Now, big shields are going to be mainly to sell to start with, just to make even more money. So the more we can get up on the regional wealth, the more personal wealth in the treasury we're going to have, which in turn is going to be more retinue. We are obviously going to need to buy these in. But if I grab these, once we have them... then we should be fine. These 3 would be perfect. So, problem is, he's already taken some, because I saw that he had some. But they might be gone in a turn or 2, so... I can't remember the exact time where the mercenaries disappear. This guy over here has a family in, so we're going to make sure we get carrots in there as well. We'll spend the money. That's absolutely fine. We'll get these upgrades done. There's one. So, this one here, I'm not going to touch just yet, because that does need to be a joiner shop, but I don't want to mess with the unassigned families yet. So we've got chickens, we got this, so you're going to be goats just for the hide, and then you'll be good. So at the moment we have a good amount. I think I can turn off the tannery at the moment, and we're pretty full on these guys, so I'm going to have to get an extra person in the granary, I think. We can't mess with the happiness here. And then storehouse, we're going to have to sacrifice a person in there as well. And it just said new mercenary units, so I wonder if... That's even better. Look at that army. That'd be nuts, man. We just don't have the money. I need to set taxes. I forgot. Damn it. We're on 64%. What can I get away with? Let's do a turn of 10%. Silly me. Forgot to blink and turn on the taxes. Good news is, though, it gives us a chance to get even more money, doesn't it? So with this in, I forgot. We're going to... Well, looks like we're making small shields then. So we're going to make sure there is a reserve of 20 planks. We're going to make... 30 shields or something, and we're going to unlock a shield trade route. So we're going to export, and boom, we're going to keep probably 15 in supply, so we'll be all good. For now, we're just going to rely on the 2 archer units, so we're going to make pretty cheap stack, if I'm honest. Let's get that burgage plot upgraded as well, and with this one, we'll also get the carrots in. So I think our veg is completely set up. Again, we'll be okay with the ale. We're already on 71, so it's just beer that is going to be somewhat of a problem. But at the moment, we're producing some pretty good tiles And I could also, I need to make sure that charcoal's going up as well. So I need to keep ticking this up a little bit each time. I'll probably go to 80 and we'll make sure we just sell the little extra. At the moment, we're working pretty well off just the one firewood splitter and one charcoal maker. So let's also grab in the second horse. And I think I'll leave those guys, but we'll make sure that we get in. Is it the storehouse we need to go with? I think so. And there we go, 66. The raiders are here, so we have got to deal with that. If we spend the 66, we can't do too much, so I'm just going to leave them and see where we're at. So I'm just going to grab all three of these. We're going to rally up. This is going to affect, obviously, us a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to go at 1x, and where are they coming from? Over there. So if we... There's only 2 of them. So we don't have loads, so we're just going to have to make sure that they're fine. Looks like they are. So retinue will stand your ground. These guys will just keep as balanced. Hopefully we can split these guys out. It would be nice if we can get them up here. Actually, don't know if we're going to get up there in time. I think we do. We'll be up in time on there. And let's play. Let's see if we can get these guys lined up. So ideally, we want to be able to shoot down on them, right? So I might see if I can do that from here. Not actually sure if you can, but we'll try it. Imagine if you can. I don't want these retinue to get caught out. We might get a quick sprint. They're so slow, the retinue. They really are. We'll just get them here. I think we're okay, though. Here they come. Alright, slow it down. We don't have a huge force. You've got to play it a little bit differently on the hard mode, and we obviously opted for these guys. You don't start with the weapons, that's the difference, right? Hopefully these guys can shoot down. I think they can, so... We got quite lucky with the zone, I think. At least we can absolutely pelt into those guys. So what we'll do is stand with these. We'll just kind of stand there. We'll just get them to stand ground on that little section. Hopefully we can get these guys doing a bit of damage. Let's get them shooting, please. We get them to focus that one. No flank, but they should be weakened. We'll see. Probably get these guys on that one. Yeah, there we go. We finally killed one. Should be able to start doing a bit of damage now. There we go. So as long as the retinue are good. Beautiful. Worked out just fine. I don't want to lose one, so it'd be really nice. Their effectiveness is huge because of the hills. So there's one broken. Getting both on that one. So the archers up there worked out really well. They're not amazing, but they do the deed just fine for us to take these out. How's the effectiveness dipping? Because they're turning around, though. But we're going to get back shots on these. Oi, oi. Back shots on this right now. So should be absolutely obliterated. Perfect. All right, let's get all you guys disbanded. Good job. No deaths to our side, so no bodies to sort either. Now, we have 604 plus the 66. Might see if I can... It's going to be a bit naughty. Predicted -8. If we get the ale in, we can tax the living crap out of them, and then we should be able to pick up all of these guys. I don't want these ones. They're too expensive. 250 for 2 crossbowmen is loads. They got pretty good armor. But not as good as the mercenary archers and these guys. I've always liked the Wayward Sons anyway, but yeah, these would be good. So you've got the infantry, just as almost cannon fodder, you know. But actually, what I'm going to do is be a bit cheeky here and get a little bit of a road and try and utilize this tight-knit space just in here. So I'm going to go with this one. We're going to build 2 houses. I might just get 1 or 2. I don't know if this is enough here. No, it's not quite. I'm going to go this way then. And we're going to get 2 in. Might be able to go pretty short to get these with what they need. We're just going to get those 2 in there, ready so we can keep people coming in. I'm also going to go ahead and upgrade this burgage plot so all carrot ones are ready. And then as the families come in, we'll be good. So hopefully we'll be able to start hiring the mercenaries really soon. So I'm going to hold fire as much as I can before I hire them. So I'm going to make a little bit of cash. We got 66. I'm going to slowly start recruiting in these guys as well. And then in the manor house, I'm also going to get the garrison tower. So we can get more, what's them called? More retinue as well. We probably want to try and get the full 24 stack before we have to fight. It's going to be very ambitious, but we shall see. Here's the trade as well. So at the moment we're selling the mostly going to be roof tiles, war bows, and small shields momentarily. So we've got a reserve of 15 small shields in, so we'll keep that one going. Now in terms of barley, we're also going to set an import, and I'm going to establish that trade route. We're going to get 10 in at a time, and we can then start just stocking up a little bit, so we're ready. And then we'll just make sure these guys are pretty happy across the board. So, yep, 100%. So nothing else more to look at. And then when extra families come in, which we just need some more houses, actually, we're getting now, then we'll be okay. And I probably want to switch to the berries at some point. So once the tanner has done this into the leather, I think I can also turn off wild animals, maybe. There's the money, though. So, oh, bodies need burial. Okay, they're up here. Got to bury all the soldiers we killed. Completely forgot about that. Let's get the corpse pit over here then. We'll probably get that as high priority. And yeah, as we wait for that one to kind of come in, we're going to keep building up our resources. And then when we've got extra families, I'll get large shields. And then I probably won't be getting crossbows at any point. I'm going to stick with my normal archers. You can do pretty good damage range-wise with them. And I'm going to need to upgrade the granary eventually. But at the moment, the food supplies are pretty low. I'm going to need to flip that one on as well. And it looks like that's nearly done over there. How's the tree planting doing? Good. How's the charcoal? Good. I'm also going to make sure the trade of charcoal is... let's keep ourselves 100 now. So they will only sell it when we've got a bit of a surplus as well. But yeah, all in all, we're in a good place, I think. We're absolutely fine. And there we go. The retinue expansion is ready for us as well. And we're going to hold fire, though, before we need to hire. Hopefully, we'll get enough money off the next one. So if you remember in the last one, we are taxing at 15%. So we are going to need to fix this eventually. So it is going to go down. The corpse pit finished, but it looks like the bodies have disappeared anyway. Yeah, we're going to need to deal with the entertainment if we want to keep taxing so high. I'm absolutely fine with one family coming in at a time because it just means we can make more money anyway. But we are going to need to consider all of them. There we go, 2, 3, 1. So main thing is going to be just getting in a couple of retinue at a time, and then we'll keep a close eye on what soldiers are coming in. The Wayward Sons are there, my favourite, but I'm not going to get them in. I don't want the huntsmen. They are very expensive. Although their range distance isn't far off the bows. Their armor's the same. Their ranged attack, though, is the equivalent of 3 shots from these guys. We'll keep all that in mind. None of it matters right now. It'll matter when the time is right, okay? Okay, second body able then. Let's get the berries going. So we'll make sure the food is still good. We've got a good little variety at the moment. If you're wondering on points, by the way, when we get to tier 3, we are going to probably go beekeeping first because we'll get that extra food thing. But again, it's going to be the amount of families we have spare. Okay, those 2 burgage plots are done. Let's commit to also getting a couple more. I think we'll get maybe 2 in here if we can. Not quite. We might need to go a bit wider and a bit longer. So we're going to have to play around with these guys. It'll be a little bit annoying. Let's go that way. No, that's no good. Let's go... Kind of annoying that I can't get 2 in here. There we go. We'll get those 2 there. And I will get a road across them. Just because I like it. I might even squeeze a road around the back of this, actually. Yeah, let's do that. Just utilizes it. I don't know if I can get something in there. I can put business in there. Something. I don't know. All right, let's have a look at what lovely friends came to join us this time. So the flock of crazy geese are, and the green caps, man. Yes. Don't want the brotherhoods. I want to avoid any that have brigands in, because brigands are rubbish. Look at their attack. They are literally someone you just stand at the front. But these guys, you can have just standing there and kind of tanking. The archers aren't that great, but this would be 6 whole units that we could have in with ours. And then we could potentially take an early thingy. My only downside is I don't have the 2k influence that we would require. So maybe... a tiny tithe tax on our food. I think that's important. We'll slowly start building that up. There are no bandit camps or anything we can kill. So there's no way around that. We have space for all these, though. 2 families. How's my leather? Okay, we're good there. I'm going to pause the tannery. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one to a joiner's workshop. We've got our barley in, so let's make malt. We don't have the brewery, actually. We're going to need a brewery, which we need someone to move in. We got this one. Get that one upgraded. Then we'll get the brewery in here. Malt house will get supplied. At the moment, I'm just balancing the families, man. It's tricky. Let's spend a little bit of cash then on the retinue. So that's 10. That makes me happy. If I can get those up to heavies early on, I will be laughing. Joiner's workshop completed. Let's go ahead. Yep, large shields. So we're going to make sure there is a reserve. 20. We'll only make 30. And then in here, we're going to open 936. We're going to open a trade. 168 for the large shields. Wondering if I'm ever going to be able to actually hire these in, or whether I hire brigands and just go pure ranged. I'm actually being serious. You know? Although we could just buy in spears and be done with it. So let's keep maybe 10. I don't need more than 10 of each, actually. Let's get the rest sold. Do you want to get another family in here at some point? We do need to keep the money popping. We've got the 2 horses, though, so we should be fine. Just balancing it all up, guys, you know. And there's number 3. So we've got... Well, let's get the brewery in first. No, let's get someone in the malt house. And then we'll get the brewery. Let's make sure everything's okay over here. Getting pretty full. Hunting, we're on 12. Berries, we're good. So food, absolutely fine. We gave away 5 food, which is going to take ages to get our influence up, man. Although it's percentage based on what we have. So as it increases, we will gain a little bit more. Let's go then with the brewery, and then we'll need someone in the ale house on the next lot. Only got 2 houses left already. Doesn't take long before they're gone, does it? Let me see if I can get business in here of some kind. The answer's no. Could bring that road. I'm going to just go here then. Go down to here with 2. That's absolutely fine. And then get 2 across this way as well. Is there enough carrots knocking about? I think so. We kind of want to bump them up with the tithe as well, but yeah. So we've got a brewery, we've got small shields, big shields, and bows. So we've got our wood requirements. Do I have permanent? Yeah, I do. So I'm also going to get in another ox. And then we'll up the production of planks to 70. That should be fine. And let's keep an eye on the mercenaries now that we've got this many in. Oh, that's like the 3 that I want. 90, 180, 220. How much are we making? 125. So we need a regional wealth of 1,500 to be able to accommodate the price of that. I think I want to make sure this is better first. I actually want to get them upgraded too, but the numbers are more important right now. So that's 12. I mean, I could spend it. I'm not planning on buying them in yet. So let's just get these guys in. There we go. 17 of 24. It means we have almost got a 3 stack. We've hit an ugly drought. What other businesses can we get in here? We have our ale. We have 20 ale in, actually. So let's get this in. Let's get a bit of an overstock in there. There's the entertainment supply. So we should be able to start mitigating this lack of entertainment and turn up the tax. I know. Taxes. What am I like? Ideally, I want a minus 10. That's minus 11. That's minus 10. Can I get 19? Nope. 18% tax it is then. That's fine. Berries are gone now. I'm just going to grab these last few. Cool. Let's go ahead and pause you. And are we worth tanning up? I think it means I can keep the ale house in. And then I can get family and trading again. So even more trade. Now, will I need any further businesses, or do I want to get some more eggs in? That is the question. Oh, okay, you cheeky. They're pressing claim on me. So we're going to have to deal with this. Which, we have 170. I'm going to grab these 2. And we'll grab the green caps. So, let's get these guys over then. Don't know how far they are. Ideally, we want them up here, if I'm honest. So, I'm just going to get them kind of sprinting. And then we've got 43. So, I think I can grab one more retinue. No, it costs 50. I can upgrade, though, for 29. We'll leave them for now. Okay, I'll wait. I believe this zone fights down here somewhere. So, but what I'm hoping for, they should spawn in this way. So all of their characters have been coming in from this end. So they should walk in from here. I should be able to catch them out on this hill. However, we will need to fight them twice. So we do need to be careful. I don't want them sprinting way too much. But I do need to get them in. I'm going to have to wait until the very last second here. I'm going to stop them sprinting. And as the families come in, we should be able to get a little bit more in here. It's a shame I can't get one more for the retinue, but these will disappear if we don't select it before this time runs out, so we won't be able to pay them as well. So we do need to factor that in too. On the good note, though, is the entertainment number should disappear. -10 for taxation, but we can buffer that up with the other one. Oh, we've got to hit it. So I'm just going to pause a second. We're going to grab our guys over here. And we're going to wait for the very last bit. Not going to sprint with these guys. Going to let them slowly work up. And we're going to have to resolve the claim on the battlefield. And there we go. Okay. Do we just fight them down in here? I don't think we're going to be able to run up to this hill in time. Although that hill would give us such an advantage. Is there another slight hill that we can do it on? The answer is yes. If we get here, or maybe we're quite far back, so maybe just fighting along this ridge here is the right idea. So let's get these two over here. Let's get you over here. Just hold tab to make sure we're not overlapping too much. Get these guys on the hill here. We'll go pretty wide. And then we'll get our retinue in front of this with a bit of a gap. I think we'll get there in time. They haven't even come onto the field yet. There they are. So let's see. Let's double check. So they've got light mercenary, 1 archer, 36 retinue brigands. So they've only got 4 units, really. So we're fine. Obviously got to be careful of this. Hopefully we don't run out of time before this fight starts. Otherwise we are absolutely screwed. Look at this. Please don't. Don't be a joker. Making good money in the background, though. There we go. Cool. All right, let's slow it down a second. What are you guys up to? You should be over here, guys. The battle begins. So, it is over here. We're in the circle, so we're absolutely fine to fight here. Gonna get you on defensive. Same with you guys. And then you guys, we're gonna just pop over here. Just shooting on the side, hopefully. They should come at my units rather than these guys. So, let's move these up now to get more range. And then you forward as well. Hopefully start lighting them up. Their range of motion is a bit weird over here, but we're starting to hit this one already, so that's perfect. See if we can do any damage here. We've already got helmets too. Lots of archers. Arrows sticking out of your crevices and you're still not dead. Any deaths yet? No. Any deaths yet? The trader just casually walking through makes me laugh, man. This is a problem. It's not too much of a problem. We can collapse here. So we're going to do that. I'm going to hit those guys with this. I'm going to full sprint into that. They're heavy, so we're going to get those to hold this one. I'm going to turn that on there. You guys are going to come into the side. You're going to come this way. And then you guys are just going to push on this. I'm going to get you pushing forward. Hopefully a big, big disrupt here. I'm going to turn your focus to here. Your focus to here. So they hit the heavy archers, which is perfect. I'm going to turn these guys over on this as well. So hopefully we'll be fine. And then we'll get those pushing. Perfect. That one's broken. Let's get you over here. Get you sprinting back. Ideally, don't want to lose too many. What's his problem? Go away. You tried to claim my land, man. Their archers are over here somewhere. Can't quite see them. Where are they? Hiding in the trees, are you? All of your turn on this. Thank you. Right, I'm going to disband the retinue. I'm going to keep these guys over here. We should be able to deal with their archers just with ours anyway. I'll start running. And we've got 6 days left, so I am going to get rid of these when they're done and hopefully rehire them at a later date. We should be fine. Came in pretty handy. Quite expensive, but it's worth it. Nice clear. I don't know why they're attacking me. Oh, they're more aggressive on the hard mode, actually, aren't they? Yeah. Is anyone dead yet? Speed it up. There we go. Okay, let's get back to work. Victory dealt with. Let's disband you. Also disband these guys. And there's the peace. Lovely. You can leave me alone so I can get back to what I was doing. And then, yeah, which is building retinue. Unfortunately, you don't gain influence via killing theirs either. Oh, we've dipped below now. I think the lack of entertainment will sort us out. Taxes, though, we are going to have to reduce them. It's a bit too aggressive. Let's go down to 15. Let's get this corpse bit open. Get those bodies buried. It can be pretty harsh on you in this game, where even though your taxation says -10, it will go larger than it. As you can see, previous month -13. So we're going to need to keep the ale open constantly now. The problem is we don't actually have any. I think it's because our actual tavern keepers or our brewers were at war. So yeah, we're going to always want, I don't know, 40 ale. I think in here we only want... So we don't want to spend all our money on barley, so we want to put a cap on the malt that we make, and we'll slowly increase it. 117 bodies to bury. Apologies for that. 41. They're going to be hating the bodies. Let's get on top of that before it gets out of hand. Let's get more people burying, because we're in territory of people leaving. Let's also put the taxes down to 10%. Just going to have to counter it. Look at that. The dead bodies, man. It is unforgiving in this mode. I didn't quite realise the bodies had such an impact. We should be able to get up, though. As the months go on, we'll be fine. Just hurry up and bury them, guys. I think they're all gone. Are they? Transporting. Get your bodies. That's it. We've got 2 houses at the moment. We're not going to have anyone come in, obviously, because of because of the happiness. So we're going to have to wait for that one. New mercenary companies. Good money, though. So, very good. Treasury change of 126 based on this regional wealth. How are we looking? All good. And mercenary companies, they're back. So if we want to grab them, we could. Luckily, the enemy isn't grabbing them at the moment. Also, downside is we wasted that money on these guys. So we're going to have to replenish those over and over as well. Don't think he's going to attack us for a little bit, though. So we should be fine to spend on getting these guys in. So we'll get to, hopefully, to 20 real soon on those. There we go. Back up to 50%. I mean... yeah, unburied bodies should disappear. I want to keep the taxes higher, if I'm honest. Go for, I think 13% will be the -7. That's a pretty even number. We can go to tier 3. I'm not going to do it yet. I think it's a little bit dangerous to do so. Let's keep that overstock at 10. I don't want to get too many to tier 2 where possible either. So... yeah, I think for the now, that's going to be pretty good. I'm going to get chickens in these. I'm going to start getting a little bit more food coming in from the alternate sources. We're also going to be able to sell shoes really soon if we keep on top of them. So we can set this cap that little bit higher in our cobbler shop. So we can make sure there's always maybe 5 leather. And then shoes will go to 40. We have enough leather to get that in. And then in here... we can trade. So let's go commodities. We can set up a trade route of these. So we'll make sure there's 30 shoes in. I don't think we need more than that. And we'll spend on that one. Why not? Let's get the money going, man. So that's what matters. If we can get the money going, we can survive pretty much everything. Okay, let's... are we okay with hunting at the moment? Yeah, I think I want to get this tannery on, but we just can't yet. I need to probably pause the corpse bit now. Get that family going, and then we'll get the tannery in to there. We should be okay to get the housing going next month again. Sorry, families. So I'll need to continue the building. So let's get a few more. Trying to think which is the best way to go about this. Actually, if I go this way, I think we can fit something. I might even be able to get a bit crafty. Oh, that's annoying, actually. Should have someone move in. Yeah, we'll just go like that. We'll fill it. Let's just get them all building that. Oh, we dipped pretty low again. Sorry, just waiting for that unburied bodies to disappear and the lack of entertainment. It's going to take some time. Look at all these goodies we got for sale, man. Oh, What I need is the value that we've got in our offers to go really high. So, yeah, we need to consistently stay above 1,200, I think. I want to be able to reduce the tax rate eventually, but the sales are coming in nicely. We have a good amount of everything that we can kind of sell, so we're not going to be able to get families in for a little while, though. We've just got to wait for the unburied bodies. It's going to take like 4 months for that to disappear. Same with the -18 taxation, because we're not even near that amount right now. So, same with the entertainment. The ale is flowing, so we are good. 283 though, we can continue getting these. It's just slow and steady wins the race, you know. Be able to get them all. Let's go to 24. So we've got our full stack retinue now, which makes me a lot happier. Especially when I get to heavy. Raiders will be... I can kill 3 stacks with just that one. So that's absolutely fine. Okay, let's utilize a couple of these houses then in the old chicken coops. So not many, just a little bit. And we might need to get a second one in the charcoal burner. But I think for now, we are in the winter and we are fine. Just keeping it ticking. Main one is obviously, as you can see, is the food sources. So I think that apiary, we are going to need to get it up soon. Wondering if one more veg farm is the right play. If we go to tier 3, though, we'll get more out of them. Just got to be careful. Yeah, I think one more veggie farm is good. We can, like I've been saying, can go to wheat on this one as well. I don't think I'll be grabbing that salt, guys. Not interested. Let's get another one in there. But as far as houses are concerned, we're okay. We're going to be a little while going, but... Yep, still got to wait for this taxation, man. Oh, it's painful. Those are my mercenary units. If we wanted to, we could take another site. So I could grab these two again. 180, we don't quite have enough. And then we could do that. Ideally, though, I'm pretty happy to try and get some of these guys upgraded. Pretty cheap to upgrade them. So if we look, 17 armor or attack, but they're not classed as the upgrade one yet. Whereas if we look at, so in order to grab one of these, I'm just gonna, I wanted to click one to show you the armor values. It doesn't work until you recruit them, but by the way, I'm pressing tab. So you hover over it and press tab, it will bring up their stats. But I can't quite see with these guys until I select them. But yeah, main thing is that. That's all we go with. That's fine. Now, the reason why I'm thinking go to tier 3 is because I can get apiaries, and that would be our next one. But if we go to tier 3 too early, we're not going to be able to get them happy enough to get the extra families in to accommodate for the apiary, right? So we've just got to hold on. Just have to hope that the eggs keep flowing. At the moment, we're down to 2 of them, which isn't ideal. I have to turn off the tithe as well, and I'm going to put the tax down to 10. As the money goes up, 10% tax should be good. Ideally, sweet spot usually, once King's taxes come in, is going to be about 5 to 8%. Well, it depends how happy we can keep them, really. They're pretty fiddly, though. They want a lot from me, so... And these blinking debuffs are not going anywhere. I don't like the compounding of taxation either, look. That's what's happening. So the feature on how the approval works, basically... What should happen is, I don't mind it having one previous month, but multiple previous months. You see how this taxation one is compounding. And it just takes too long for the unburied bodies and lack of entertainment to go, because we've had entertainment for months now, and we've had the bodies gone for months, and it's not going. So I hope in the update that does get removed. I do think they'll change it or do something with it, because it isn't feasible at the moment. It's quite hard to get out of the approval spiral. It just takes too long, you know. So I'm pretty much just sat here waiting for this to go back up, if that makes sense. Or they can make it so your people can have children and they grow up. That would be cool. That would also counter that. Who knows? No point upgrading these till we got the family, so I'm going to save that money, keep it going. How much are we getting? 120 still at the 10% now, so that's fine. Just keeping a close eye on this every time. I don't think he's going to hire any up, so we can pretty much use these at our leisure now. I think in the meantime, we'll go ahead and just upgrade the granary. It doesn't matter too much. We'll just get it upgraded because we've got the resources. We may as well do it whilst we wait. And it is March, so I'm going to have to flip something off here and get these berries in. So let's have a look. So yeah, berries will be the 3rd meat, so that should bring the happiness up. We're going up 1% a month, I think. But taxation is going down, so it's not a lot I can do. Now, it does compound with the pluses as well, but I'd like it just not. I think flat rate would be better. The only way I could get rid of that taxation one is by turning it off, which honestly might be okay. I could, well, firstly want to get these guys upgraded though. I've only got 2 coins left, so I can't upgrade any further, but we've done over half now. Now, the good news is we have a stable economy. So, very stable economy. We just need to be, again, it's going to be a food source, right? I think a couple of these houses, it might pay just to tick over with some of the meat. I don't want to buy anything specific in yet. We will be able to buy in foods at some point, but I don't know. It might be worth us also. We need to consider getting another one in here. I could free up a family from the mining picks. We've got 150 clay sat here, and they can't keep up on that one. And we could also, we're selling pretty well on them though, so I just want to show you the trade, guys. So let's go for the last 30 days. So previous month, ignore that one. Current year, there we go. Let's have a look. So what are we in April? It's plus 964. So after a couple of years, we should theoretically be pretty high. And obviously in turn, like I said, this is going to give us more of this. Now, I can turn this down slowly. I don't really want to, but I might go for just 5% just to try and get rid of this because we can't grow. And I don't necessarily need the money right now. If he attacks, we will. That's the problem. If he decides to attack after a month's gone and I can't hire anyone. There we go. It didn't go down. So we should be back to them now. There was no compound on that tax. So we should be going. Unburied body's still there. But finally getting in the new family. So in this one then, I am going to get a animal pen. And I'm going to put in some goats again on that one. Just to get a little bit more meat and leather. I could probably go pigs on a couple of them actually. We're getting quite a lot of hides in. So what are we on? Is it 5%? 5% on current rate gave us 80. Which isn't bad, you know. That's not bad at all. And this is going to keep going up. So I might just hold fire on that one. And we'll just keep going with the upgrades. I think got 9 more retinue to upgrade. I'm going to get a second one in the forester's hut now. I'm going to start maxing out the wood coming in. We're still fine on it. It's not a problem. But we do need to keep into consideration everything to do with that one as it continues. We're also going to need someone else in the granary. Plenty of beer, though. This is incredible how much beer we have. Right, storage is full on the woodcutter's lodge. Probably want to make sure that's good. How's the charcoal burning doing? Get another family in. I might get a second one in here. Yeah, let's get another one in there. Let's get the charcoal transporting out of that one. Then that's going to be how we counter it. Ideally, we want someone in this one, but is what it is. We've got another 109, so we got 85 this time, so an extra 5. So slowly but surely, we're going up. These are 29 a pop, so I can get 3 more, I think. 3 more. Cool. We're almost there, man. I think, shall I go straight to pigs? I'm going to go straight to pigs on this one. It's only passive 2 meat, but what it's going to do is give us that variety constantly. So at the moment, we're just getting in... Well, it's mainly going to be the veg and berries, but when the berries run out, it will be a problem. At the moment, we're doing fine for the month. Just 1 person in there. I do want to get in another business. Maybe let's get more chickens. Just a bit of a variety. It doesn't really matter too much. We're on 2k. Look at this. Oh, it's fantastic. Now, I'm debating whether we go and get... So that should be able to sell some charcoal, by the way. Now, debating whether we go ahead and get in... well, I kind of want to leave that up. I was going to buy in some weapons, but actually, because we've got the 2 archers, just trying to think ahead for the final battle with how crazy it can be. You know, got to be really careful. Have a look at the mercenary company. Yeah, they're really good, man. It's all good. It's the Wayward Sons, the Green Caps. They're all fine. New family as well, so going to keep getting these up. I want to max these out pretty quickly. Got 4 houses. Got another one in here that we can do something with. And I'm going to get 1 more animal pen. Again, I know they're not efficient, guys, without the point. But I'm doing it just for that little extra. Got a good yield of berries and veg, though, to tie all the lower tier ones down. And now we got the families coming in. We will be able to accommodate the apiaries really soon. So I can get these updated and getting that next bit of food in as well. So I think we'll probably just get 1 upgraded. So let's get you, because they do then generate the extra. So we'll get the tier 3 over there. It's really dense. I know there's not like a huge town by any stretch. It's very much not how I like to build, but it's more efficient. So let's make sure we can still accommodate with the water. Yep, not even halfway. And look at that charcoal now, absolutely flying. Beautiful. And there it is, our first tier 3 coming in. Things are changing, man. Still looks beautiful. Even with it just being dense like this, I can't wait for all the updates, man. There's the final touches. And there it is. Okay, so I can use this to check. So this is my only problem, right? It's the 4 food. The 4 food. Now, you do get extra families in. That's why I'm doing it on these, because I want laborers to come in. Our approval is pretty good, by the way. So we should utilize this. Let's get 8%. Yeah, 8's only a -4, so let's get that going. I think I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the second one just to get the point. Oh, we need 3. Oh, man. Do I want to just do 3 straight up then? Yeah, let's do it. Screw it. 3 straight up. Look at this money, man. So on an 8%, we got 180 for the month based on this regional wealth. So the last ones should be good to go. Now, what I don't want to happen is these guys die, because it's quite expensive to keep upgrading them. We are going to be getting taxed really soon. But that does leave us now with surplus that we can go with, right? I believe the taxes start to come in at tier 3. I can't remember the annual royal tax. At what point it comes in. Is it when you take your second thing? I don't know. If anyone knows the exact, let me know. I can never remember. There we go. The 2 houses coming in. We got 3 families now. So we want to look at maybe utilizing some more business stuff. Let's get pigs in there. Just make sure we're good. I think we are. How's the planting going? How's all the wood? Okay, that looks good. I think, well, you can't do anything, so we can remove you. I'm going to get a second one in the clay furnace. So we have the capacity to. And I'm going to get these hides tanning up. Okay. Pretty dense and big town with those 3 coming in there. That's going to be the apiary time, baby. We still have 1 person spare to do so. Spend... Have we got room for 1 more ox? We do, so let's get you in. And there we go. The settlement level has increased. So, straight in, we're going to go development. It makes sense for us to grab this, guys. Now, obviously, I can get the next lot of food through orchardry, but that's going to take too many years. So, and honey is a pretty with the current way the game works, apiaries, it's pretty sustainable. So, grab them in, guys. They are pretty good. And we are going to go ahead and start slapping in. We'll just get 2 there for now. We can't actually fill them just yet. We can fill 1 in at the moment, but we're all good. All right, we're all good. 2 in the kitty as well. Beautiful. We're fully upgraded, aren't we? I've said that, so we are good. So all our treasury money now is going to be ours. So I am tempted, although with these guys coming in, actually, before I do the apiary, we're going to have to populate these. Now, at the moment, we've just got into tier 3 and we set up the beekeeping. So at the moment, we've got charcoal burning, the 2 trades, and beekeeping. Our next point is going to go into deep mining, probably, depending on where we're at. But yeah, that's kind of it at the moment. I'm not going to hit any more to tier 3 until we absolutely need to. I do need to put someone in here, but at the same time, I'm holding out for the apiaries as well. We've got plenty of houses with all of those upgrades as well, so we're fine. But we just need a variety of food before we do anything else. At the moment, we've got the fuel and clothing at 100%, so I'm not going to get anyone in that storehouse just yet. And then we need to get this variety. And there's our money. Look, how much did we make? 178 on a 10% tax with over 2,000 regional wealth. Yeah, I think I've got enough to get 1 in each of these apiaries at the moment. But at the same time, no, we're good. I was going to say, don't forget the berries, but actually it doesn't matter. So let's get 1 family in the apiary to start producing delicious honey. And then after that, we're probably... I'm trying to think what we want to do. What do I want to get in these guys? We're going to be zooming through anyway, just to maximize the families coming in and money. We're just going to keep that pumping. And hopefully I can take one of the enemy's sites today. So the main objective is to accomplish that achievement, like I've said in this one anyway. So beating on challenge difficulty. We're just looking here. I think if we get another chicken coop there... I'm also going to make sure, let's just double check. I think we're maxed here, so we're going to want to upgrade our 2 stables. And we're going to go ahead and get another ox in. And with the second apiary, we're going to get a family in there also. I'm just going to hit this one. Hopefully we'll see that honey coming in really soon. It shouldn't take too long. It wouldn't surprise me if, yeah, there it is. Beautiful. So our granary is going to have that in momentarily as well. As far as food goes, we're in a really good spot. Like, everything is flowing really nicely. Money is coming in really well, so we're going to have plenty of dollar to keep doing what we need to do. And then when we take the second settlement, we're going to start getting taxed. So I think off of this, we should be absolutely fine to get another one upgraded. So I'm going to do one more upgrade. This gives us enough room to compensate for all of the new families coming in as well. And with these families, we're maxing out this bad boy, so almost there. And I think what I'm going to do is actually do something here. Let's have a look what we have the most of. So we're selling quite a few of the small and large shields. I think sidearms are going to be a little bit cheaper than spears. So I'm going to import a couple at a time. I don't want to get loads. I really don't want to overdo it, guys. So I'm going to unlock this trade route, though. And for our one of these, which is going to take a while, we're going to get in some militia footmen. So we've already got the shields for these, so we'll get these guys in as well. That's going to be what consists of our army, probably. It's going to be militia footmen plus bowmen. So we're going to need to get our population going pretty well, which we should be fine. We've got enough for those. It's just going to be food requirements, which, again, honey is going to come in really nicely for that. And now we're going to get one more in the large storehouse to keep things flowing. And then next it'll be the granary. And also, in the meantime, I'm going to continue to pop out a few of these. So I'm just going to bring a road actually around these guys here. Like so. And I'm just going to put the apiaries into this. And we're going to be flying through. So we'll go with 6. And look at that. We're on 81%, baby. We're not going to get 2 in, but really, really good stuff. So as these families keep coming in, so do my soldiers and stuff. So with this money, 686, we're going to be loaded. I'm so happy. We are going to be loaded, baby. Now, I think with that one family in timber isn't going to be enough. So I'm going to go back up to 2. As the trees grow in, we should be able to cut those down as well. But yeah, this is going to be a slightly shorter series for sure, because we're only on the small map. So much easier to get this achievement, I think. Again, we're going to have to go up to the... We're going to have to go food tithe again momentarily as well. So I think... Let's maybe go 3%. I need to start getting this up. It's going to take some time. So I'm going to have a bit of camping and just chilling out whilst all of that goes up. Alright, I'm going to change the trade now to get up to 5 sidearms. I think we can afford it just fine. I'm looking at our money. It's just crazy how much we're getting already. So 8% tax, 207 change. So absolutely fine. We could grab in any mercenary we want from this point. So it might be worth us grabbing and holding them. I don't want to jinx it too much. I think I can hold for probably 3 or 4 months as we just continue to expand. We've got plenty of house space. So got all these that are good as well. And then there'll be some that we want to get to tier 2. But I want to make sure that we've got enough ale to be able to actually do that for all of them as well. But yeah, what we're selling at the moment, we're absolutely fine. We've got pretty good resources across the board to be able to do so. We're just keeping an eye. So we'll see these kind of balanced out. So once we get up to 24 sidearms, we'll have 24 in this one as well. So it only shows us 2 because of the weaponry there. So we'll be fine. All right, quick check-in, guys. It's been a couple of months. The tithe is really slow. We're only giving away 5. We just don't have the food to give away at the moment because of the time of year. But I just want to point out the money that we're getting in. So our treasury change, 255. Look at this, regional wealth. We probably should be topping up our food. At the moment, happiness isn't a problem, but I feel like we do need to. So we might want to consider maybe just a little bit of a top up in here, right? We're making serious money, so I think we can get away with it. So we'll grab a meat trade. What we'll do is just say, let's keep topped up to maybe 10 from each trader, the dedicated trader. Let's maybe go 15 actually. So it just keeps that meat number ticking up nicely. What I'm going to do in these ones, there's no one living in them yet, but I'm going to go ahead and get a couple more animal pens in just for that little extra. We still have 3 house slots. Not going to upgrade any further to tier 3 because of the sheer amount of food they require. But we should be good to get on these berries again on the next family as well. And then after that, we're going to want to build out. So I'm thinking about the next point. I think we wait. Deep mining should be last because we're going to last okay on this anyway. It has 1,500 still. We've got loads that still need to be sold. So I'm thinking orchard to produce yet another food slot. And then after that, something else. So only 3 given away. It's going to take so long before we can take anywhere. But taking another one would give us sheer stupid amounts of food. I think the right play would be to take this one first, and then we set up bread and send it back. We can also do that here, but at the moment we don't have the capacity to. So I'm just going to keep populating the apiaries in the hope that these foods will go up. So vegetables very much going to be carrying. So going down this rate, we do have plenty in as a mixture, but it will take a hit on these guys as they run out of maybe one food. So that's why I don't want to upgrade too many. Everything else, though, absolutely fine. We've got the leathers, we've got the ale, the shoes, all that sort of stuff. So we'll keep it going. To be honest, actually, I feel like we're probably all right to go up a bit more. So let's maybe just go to 20 meat, because we'll... And then maybe another one. I don't know what to get, though. It's maybe easier just to grab in maybe some eggs as well. There doesn't need to be loads, does there? And veg, I could potentially sell later on once we get even more in. But yeah, the apples will make life a lot easier. Hopefully over time the apiaries will work their magic and we'll get plenty in anyway. My next one is going to be berries again though, so that's going to also get us up here. We're going to get loads of those guys in, which again in turn should allow the other ones to build up a bit more as they don't get as much use. So we'll see. Let's change it to the total, because it's kind of eggs that I wanted to keep an eye on. Meat's not too bad, so we potentially won't buy any in anyway. It's just if it does dip below that number. Now, eggs we will buy in. So I'll be keeping a close eye on trade on the current month just to see. But yeah, we did buy some meat in. I can see it there, so that's good. And we're still going up money-wise, so we can't complain at all. And if I just look in here, treasury change is still really good. Look at this already. It's beautiful. And there we go. Look, we're on. And we're still buying the swords in, actually. That's a good point. So once we stop buying those in, we'll be laughing. Right, we only have 2 houses left now, so I think what I'm going to do is go for a... Do I want to go house upgrade? Change back to this one. Hey, raiders. Very nice. I need to go and get these myself, to be honest. We need the points, so that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and probably just the retinue, actually. We've got enough money if they die, so should be able to go and deal with these up on the hill. That would have been perfect. Let's see if we can get them there. But yeah, raiders will be mine. Hopefully they don't come in from the other side. And then let's focus on getting a few more houses. 150 population now, by the way. Really good stuff. We're going to want a couple of smaller ones. I was leaving this spot, but actually, now that I think about it, it's not going to matter too much. I'm going to leave room for one more of these guys here. And then I'm going to continue on. So we're going to get slightly smaller ones in there, so we'll make sure those are good. Just build another row. What I'm going to do is also... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put this in ready. I'm not going to get it exact, and then I'm just going to pause it for now. I think we'll be there just fine before they get here. Oh, this is going to be a tight call, actually. Let's make sure we're in. I don't want them to be too tired, so I just want them to sit on the hill. Defensive stance. We may end up getting surrounded here, but that's fine. Let's see. Let's enjoy as they run at us. So what I want to do is just highlight. So as they run up here, their effectiveness is going to be terrible. So yeah, look at that. Should be able to take them down pretty quickly. I don't want to push forward. We're just going to hold, I think. Just see. We should have the way better effectiveness. There we go. They're ripping that one down already. Kill that one before the other two get here. So one upgraded retinue on a hill should be able to take out 4 raiders just fine. That one's going to break, hopefully. Still on 24. Our effectiveness has gone down now based on where we're at on the hill, though, which is a bit of a problem. But we're about to kill 3, actually. Again, like I say, it doesn't matter if we lose out on these guys. There's one. We've lost one. I think we can go ahead and speed that up. As soon as that one's dead, I will get... Well, they've managed to get the high ground, actually. This is a bit of a problem. But we can spend the money. There we go. Absolutely fine. Goodbye. And that should give us some good amount. So 2.7k now. Lovely. Okay. We may just have to wait for raiders. Actually, we'll get one every couple of years. But it seems a bit long. I don't know whether... So I don't really want to be giving my food away too much to the tithe. I think a little bit's okay, isn't it? It's only 6 away. And look who's trying to press a claim. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and recruit again because we've got enough for all of these. I think I'll just grab these two. No, let's have them all. Let's get these guys over. They'll probably just fight here again. He's going to keep trying to claim mine. I'm going to hold fire, as always, until they kind of get over. It's a bit of a long way, so I'm just going to keep an eye and get this done when I need it. Now, as the spare people come in, I actually think I'm going to go ahead and get a second one in the berries to see if we can make do with that. Let's see if we can get these guys over a little bit quicker. I want to fight on the hill, but at the same time, we want to be in the zone. So, yeah, here just makes sense, right? We can get it nice and thin there. That's fine. Same way as always, same amount of troops as well, so it shouldn't be a problem. Dealt with them last time, didn't we? You know what? I could be a bit cheeky, actually, and use these units to push on afterwards. We got enough time for you guys to maybe not sprint now. And then I'll get my guys out. Actually going to put my archers over here so we can get a bit of a flank on them, and then we'll close this gap a little bit here. Go pretty wide with the units. It seems to work better in this game, so just keep that in mind. And let's speed it up. Hurry up so I don't have to pay for these guys, please. And then we've got 3 houses. Oh, hello. What are you doing? Oh, they're mine. They're mine, sorry. Thought that was theirs. The red colour made me panic for a moment. Brigands were just going to spread out. They're kind of weird, these guys. I'll just get them over here. All being disbanded again anyway. Just got to maybe use their units, to be fair. Retinue's here, but where are these guys? Get these forward a little bit. Let's try and ping with the crossbow on these guys. So we're going to want to shoot the retinue. Might even do the same with these. I might start shooting with those on that one. You can start shooting that one. You can start shooting that one. You can come here. And the retinue can go here. Let's see if we can actually make use of some death here. That'd be wonderful. Come on, crossbowmen. All 3 of you are going to need to sprint back. Actually, get a flurry. And then run back. Good stuff. And as they're running in, we'll just pepper them. Beautiful. And get these over here, actually. There we go. You hold there. They don't know what to do. Look. Back and forth. Thank you very much. Our archers do not do any damage here, really. But that's fine. I'm going to send my... What's it called? My brigands into their brigands here. You guys are going to come over here. You're going to shoot on that. You're going to collapse there. And you're going to hit that. You're going to hit that. And you're going to shoot that. Nice quick break there. Send you in on that one. We had more than enough here anyway, I think. Let's go. Push forward on that, please, guys. Let's get them hurt. Don't... Well, retinue doesn't matter. I'm broken there. Good. Let's get you pushing that one. You guys shooting that. You guys push on that. All of you actually can come down here. They have armor on their units already as well. It's kind of annoying. Let's get our archers shooting there. We caught them out nicely. All units breaking. Let's get all the ranged on that. Speed it up, and I think we're good. Boom. Right, everybody, get gone. Get back to work. There's our peace declared, and we're still on 3, so I want next month to get in here. So we're on year 5, by the way, guys. Year 5. Firewood, though. Our trees, they're all going to grow, but I think I might need to make this zone a little bit bigger. Actually, let's start just cutting into everything. So we'll go the largest workspace that we can do, like that. Corpse pit, yep, you're dealing with that. That's going to be a problem if we don't sort the unburied bodies. So let's quickly do that. Let's go 3 in there. Got 2 houses at the moment. Then I'll get the apiary done. Just looking at food, we're fine. So absolutely loving life. Berries coming in really nicely. So hopefully we can keep picking them. Get a nice surplus. And I said they're all fine here, didn't I? Yep, cool. think we're going to need some more houses. We're filling the houses super fast. So I'm going to go with this whole section. And that's fine. Let's get 4 straight in there. How's this looking? This is what we need to be careful of every time. Just need them bodies to go and then we'll be good. Long old trek for the corpse pit. Those unburied bodies, man. Look at that. -9 from it. They are just crazy. Well, we're going to be taking one of their zones momentarily as well. Just going to clear out these bodies and get our production back up. They'll be gone momentarily anyway, so I think they're all rotting out, which is good. And then I can turn off those guys. There it is. Lovely. Let's go ahead and pause the corpse pit now. Let's get one more in that apiary. And then we'll let the other guys just quickly build. And then in these guys, I think we're good. I want to start... I think I might be able to go another tier 3. Let's get 2 more tier 3s. And that's more housing space as well, isn't it? I'm not going to upgrade the smaller ones. I think I'm going to stick to larger buildings only to tier 3. So let's make sure we keep that going. Just keeping a close eye. I think everything else is still really good. We've got the malt, we've got the ale, we've got the shoes. 29 houses, so don't need to worry. And firewood. I kind of need another family in the woodcutter's lodge. And then all of these houses along here. I believe we got one in there. And we're just going to get some more chickens in. Now, there'll be quite a few we want to keep at tier 1 as well for the sake of not using too much food. So what I'm going to do is basically say I don't mind based on the level of house they're in for what we need to achieve over here as well. We're almost maxed on those units before we move to another one as well. And berries running out, so I'm going to just take one out of there for now. And let's have a look. Honey numbers ticking up really nicely. Good. We want to look to getting maybe another item to sell. So this one trade post is doing really well, by the way. So in here we've got it's just doing exactly what we need. So I might get one more family in here just to keep that up to scratch. I'm still mining out the stone, by the way. I forgot to say I did turn this back on. We're in good standing over here. We're almost there, man. I might wait for one more family, which will get 1 or 2 units in here. Then we'll do a recruit. I'm very much okay now to start putting into these guys. So we'll get 1 more in there for the granary supply, and we're still good. So I put in an overstock and we're a little bit better. I almost forgot the overstock, so we're looking good. Okay, so with our units then, let's also see what we've got knocking about. We've got... Well, I think we go ahead and take all 3. And we're going to press claim. So let's get all of these guys lined up. Honestly, I'll probably do it with just these actually anyway. But I'm still going to play it properly. So we're going to press claim on this one. This is going to be the farm zone. So we can get them all lined up over here. I think that's absolutely fine. And it's a double berry plot. It's going to be really easy to set up. So... we won't need to worry too much about happiness. I won't rush it. I'll just get them up, population up, and get farms. That's literally it. And we'll get trade posts and bread. Bread. So we may even be able to keep all of these at tier 1. Now, once these guys are in place, we're going to get our guys up. We might even be able to wait 1 more month. Get them in now. And we'll press claim. Not going to run. Just take it nice and slow, please. You guys come here. And then we'll come on out. And we'll claim. I'll hard. Yes, we will. Right, where's the zone then? Oh, this is perfect. So where are they going to come from? We need to wait to see where they're going to come from before we line up. Right, they're pretty close then. So let's pause up. Let's end this conversation, baby. Right, we ain't got time for your rubbish. We are going to grab probably these guys actually out here. Thinking where we fight this. We might even let them up. Yeah, I'm just going to go straight on the plains here. Because that will still be slightly in the zone. Like I say, as always, you need to make sure you're in the zone. Because it will punish you if not. I'm going to get my main 2 groups at the front. Then hopefully utilize their guys over here. In pretty wide formation. These guys are going to go at the back. I'm actually going to put them at the front. We'll try and get a couple of flurries off. All right, we'll speed it up. Let's see where they go. I think they're cutting across anyway, so we're fine. All right, slow it down then. Gauntlet thrown. Let's go you in here. A retinue here. Get a little bit wider this way, actually. Let's get you guys up here. You two. I've been playing a lot of Total War, man. The fighting should be a lot better. There we go. And then we'll get ready. We'll hit them with the flurry and then push in. If you're wondering how to see it all, just hold tab as always. You can see where they're going to line up. Here we go. Right. You two. I mean, you will just wait. Actually, let them hit whoever they want to hit. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why is there a second batch of units coming in? Holy crap. Okay, we got to deal with these pretty quickly then. Let's focus you. Gonna turn you to face this. You and you shoot on that one. Bring you up. Let's bring you guys back now. Full sprint, please. And then you guys go here. Right, all looking good. So let's... you can die, actually. That's fine. What we'll do is just get you on that one really quick. You come in here. You guys shoot that. Get you in on that. Can you pull out there, guys? Please? I think they're a bit stuck. They should be able to get out once we get these guys to collapse on them, though. And then you two, do you want to go ahead and shoot that? I'm going to be pretty low on numbers here. We've lost that one unit. That's fine. Let's get you on there. Archers, you're fine. You guys keep shooting that one. Okay. Should be absolutely fine here. There's my retinue. Get you on that one. Good. Let's pull you back now because the other lot are coming in. Silly lots, man. Not sure why there was two lots that decided to show face. But it is what it is. We'll stop them sprinting now. Gonna get these guys queued back up. And then you guys all shoot on that. I think we're fine here. Let's get both of those in on that one. Probably all shooting that. Line up. Retinue, we didn't lose Eddie. That's the main one we want to make sure we keep because they're really strong. Well, our own units, actually. That's what we need to worry about. Like, their units don't matter because I'm getting rid of them after. So, okay, we're good. Let's line up on the hill again. Let's make sure we're in the zone still. Oh, the zone moved. How weird. And we still got the victory. What are you guys up to then? Are you going? Oh, okay. Peace declared. We'll take it. That was weird. Yeah, that doesn't normally happen, if I'm honest. So I'm just going to send all mine back. We'll take it, though. The zone is ours, so we can get rid of all of these. To be honest, I've got that much money. I can keep them now. But there's no point. Let's get rid. All right, back to the main then. I am not going to get that one built yet. I'm waiting until probably January. Because I don't want to hit it in the winter. It's not going to be a good idea. And we'll go for the one with loads of food. Let's slow it down and just get inventory here. Look at that variation of food now. And that's without having that turned on. So really good. Firewood and charcoal is okay. And that's without these guys here, actually. So we'll get them disbanded and get more families in. So we're ready for you guys. Got our tier 3s. So how many are we on? We need 4 more. So this one here is going to become... So 3 more now. I don't want to upgrade the smaller ones, guys, if I'm honest. So we need to make sure that it is only these guys. So I think I'm going to have to commit to some more houses. And actually, I'm going to go like this. So I will make these smaller. I think we'll do that. They're going to be some pretty big farm plots. That could well be, though, orchards as well, if I can get them upgraded. But do I upgrade? I don't want to upgrade my people. How are we looking here? We're fine. No, I think we're good. We're good. We can also take out the berries and get these guys just moving now. Got 4 in there. And let's get some more chickens in there. I don't know what business is to put in these. I think I will stick to the old chickens. It'll be a while before they're populated anyway. I don't think I'm going to sell anything further, like, from these guys. We're producing pretty well. Amazing how we now have enough families, though. I feel like they're wild animals we might be able to farm with too. Just got to keep a close eye on every single number to make sure we've got everything we need. Clay, and that's good. That's all good. Worth noting, by the way, guys, not sure who's unhappy here. There's no one in them. That's why. Look at the money. Look at the damn money, man. So we are now receiving nearly 250 per month. So actually, I could start to buy in some armor. I don't see a problem. I think if we go games, gambesons, and maybe helmets. Everyone can wear a helmet, right? So let's get helmets in. I'm going to buy 5 helmets for now. And then I need to decide what thing we're going to do next. And all these can be extended. I'm going to go 2 veggie gardens. I think we're going to go... do I do 3? Kind of on the orchards. I think we need to upgrade a couple. I don't want to do these guys, though. I want... let's join a brewery. I think we can. So let's go Bowyer's Workshop then. Get that one upgraded to tier 3. I am wary of the food disappearing, so the berries will be gone for the winter period as well, but the honey numbers are really good and we're buying in eggs. And if we just check the actual other rate, we're good. Our storage also now very full, so I think it's time to get another charcoal kiln member. Let's make sure we've got this turned up. So let's go to 150 now. That should accommodate most of our smaller houses as well. Okay, we just need 2 more to tier 3. Problem is we're not going to have... yeah, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to change this. I'm just going to get rid of that. And we're going to have to get in a couple of these. We can sacrifice them anyway. Not the cobbler shop, though. I don't think that's a good idea. I think joiner shops are fine. Because we can never have enough of those guys, right? So let's get both of those up. Now, I feel like I'm safe enough to do this. And I want the point into orchards, so I get the orchards going over here. And we need to decide which zone, actually, we're going to fight in as the last one. There's only 2 more. I could finish the game pretty quickly now, by the way, guys, if you're wondering. I could probably take over now. What we want is a really cool section. Now, that hill right there, if we could fight on that one, would be awesome. And then over in this one is the more flat one, right? It's still a bit of a hill, so if you stand up there, we should be fine, but I don't think that's the one we want to go with, if I'm honest. Okay, 1 more burgage plot then. Last one going up now, so we're going to get a point in orchardry, and then we need to focus deep mining. We've got plenty still sitting in this one before we need to worry about it, so 1,370, and there's also going to be loads of space. So, do I want to... I think I'll keep that as veg. Once we get those apples going, though, man, it's going to be beautiful. And there it is. The point... the absolute point that we want. So it's going to be, let's double check, then we definitely want to go this route. We do. And then, is that... yeah, the last point. It's only 5 more houses, actually, and then we need a couple more to tier 2, which will be then the deep mining. So all of these guys here are going to be orchards. We're miles away, though, before we can actually get them. It's worth noting those trees growing in really nicely now with the 2 planting on that. So very happy with that. How's the stone looking? We can go deep mine on the stone as well and keep getting that coming. We are selling it, by the way, as well, if you're wondering. It's a good one because it never actually goes down. So, yeah. We although I've only got a minor trade on it. I might establish a trade route for that. No harm, right? We're going to continually mine it, so... Now, worth noting, though, when you go to tier 3, you do unlock loads of space. So, even your smaller houses then become 2 slots instead of 1. Nothing for us to be too worried about, though. We are in January. I'm going to wait until February until we do this, I think. Honestly, where do we want to go? I kind of want to keep it pretty close. Both food sources are over here. And the whole region's good for farming. So we're going to keep it pretty close on here. I'm going to go for plentiful. We can afford it. No problem at all. So, or is it worth going average? Let's just go average. We're going to do it now. It's about to become February. So what we need to do is make sure we start setting this up really quickly. So logging camp, fine. We'll go for you highest. Then we're going to get in storage. We're going to make sure the food gets put away. The problem is, actually, I've just done it in the snow. So our food and that's going to be pretty bad quite quickly. Get these 2 in. Granary. Did I just put 2 granaries? I did. Ignore me. Storage. There. And then we'll go in that order. We'll get the food in, and that one. Then we'll work on the houses. We've got more than enough time. 10 logs. Let's maybe draw a road. Not too far, I think. We're not going to cut this one down. We're going to cut into these trees and then plant up there. In terms of houses, it should be okay to straight hit the 5 that we need. So we start with a bit more money because I gave money to the settlement. So let's actually get in the veggies. Get one there, which is a double. Let's also get one more double here. And then we'll get in some smaller ones. Right, there's our houses. We'll let those kind of happen. That's absolutely fine. We'll just tick in and out of these guys. There's going to be a bit of an issue pretty quickly with this guy, so we do need to make sure we're good. Stock's already getting damaged, so gonna come out. Let's see. Bread. Damn it. Get that bread in, baby. Get this granary done, man. Oh yeah, hitching post, actually. We do want to get more of those and get a second one in straight away. As soon as the granary's in, though, it should be fine. I just need them to kind of get in. And there it is. Person straight in there. Please get the bread in. This is the risk. We're down to 26 bread, but that's enough. So that's fine. Probably maybe should have waited till the snow was gone. I got a little bit carried away. I forgot that the food just goes straight on the floor, but that's fine. We're okay, I think. We'll be able to get carrots in the first instance of the houses going up as well. So, and then storehouse, we're going to get someone straight in there for the firewood. And logging camp still has 4 timber. 2 people building. So yeah, as long as we can get this approval just to sit where we need to, we'll be fine. And then after that, I'll go back to the other zone in a moment. I am going to get hunting. I'll probably just get a road to go carry on this way, actually. Up through the stream. Not too far. And we'll get it on the edge of the river there. Now, this guy we're going to make sure is set to cut down over here. And then we'll sort the farming afterwards. So we're almost pretty much attached with our 2 settlements. So it's like a little hamlet over here, right? Come on, guys. Approval's going down already. This is how crazy they are with it, man. They just don't care, do they? I'm getting pretty quick with these guys, though, so I can hopefully sort them pretty straightforward. So let's get the expansion. Got carrots and expansion in there, so it should be fine to start working that land straight away. And as I say, I'll be keeping these pretty much tier 1 for as long as I can. And there it is, expansion. We've got enough for all of you. Nice and quick. I think we've got all our houses in. Let's get our well. Well. There we go. And we'll check in on our other one. Just T to switch, actually. Let's remember that. Got enough houses. Plenty of dosh. And our armies are almost there, man. Just need those guys to get filled in as well. And I think we can go ahead and get a couple more tier 2s in over here. I'm not going to do too many. Just a little bit of at a time to make sure they're good. And then with these guys, we're going to turn on the marketplaces now. And we're going to draw a marketplace. That would be a good start. Market should be in pretty quickly. And we can start making these guys get happy. Should be pretty quick because we had everything up as fast as we could. Now, firewood and food, okay. And then hunter camp is in as well. So let's get that going. And then that'll give us the food variety. Then we'll get the berry place in afterwards for when that starts to grow. Yeah, it doesn't matter about it being too quick, does it? I just need to make sure they are ready to grow is the main thing, right? And after that, we'll get in our hitching posts. And I'll probably just chuck these right here. Just need it nice and close, to be honest. And then, is there a spare house? We do have a spare house, which is awesome. Let's go ahead and get another ox. And we'll just keep the timber ticking up nicely. A couple of our tools got damaged, I believe, but meat is coming in, and we'll also be able to get the shoes pretty quickly. And there we go. First family is already in, so didn't take long at all. So I'm going to go ahead and just get in. A couple of simple plots here again. And then, well, that kind of came in clutch. I can't lie, because we're already good. So we're just going to get the forager's hut there. And then we can get in the tannery once we get planks, actually. So let's get saw pit. Need some more logs in, though. Probably just chuck the saw pit over here, actually. It's worth noting we're going to have the variety. So meat, veg, and bread. So they'll tick up nicely. Sorry, meat, veg and berries, and then bread once we get it as well. But then the bread will come in for trading into our next zone. Now I'm going to dedicate straight away one of the livestock to here. Can I get another one in? We've got 17 days. Settlement level increased as well. I don't know what to get in over here, if I'm honest. It's quite tempting to go down the charcoal route again. It's pretty good, isn't it? We go heavy plow. They're pretty quick though, and it's a kind of a waste of point. The only reason I do it is to get the bakery extension. They're way more efficient. They are quite good. Just to be a bit different. We do have berries here though, so I'm going to get the double capacity of berries. Hopefully I picked the right one. Yeah, I did. And that is growing, so I can get those in afterwards as well. And there's our second timber for the planks. We'll get that in as well. I am going to prioritize that one first. Spare house is in. Let's go across to the other settlement. And let's turn on the old berries again. Lovely. Let's get 2 in there. We're actually living the dream over here now. So, maxed out army now. We can get in another one. Even got some helmets coming in on the guys. Wow. More efficient than ever before. That's the difference with building really close together, by the way, guys. It becomes really efficient rather than trying to look nice how I normally do. To be fair, let's turn on that charcoal kiln to be built. Let's just double check that they're okay. Okay, granary again is going to need someone in. So that's the last one in there. So we'll need to build a second granary for the next lot. I'm also going to go ahead and get these upgraded. We'll also get another ox in. But yeah, get all of those upgraded so they're done and we don't need to worry about them. And productivity over here is fine. Now, I was thinking about using this zone to hire in our next lot of soldiers, but I don't think that's going to be feasible. So we'll keep them over here because otherwise we have to trade for weapons and stuff into that zone, which is something we can do for the pack stations, but it's just a lot of unnecessary work. So I'm just going to continue on with the militia footmen and we're just going to keep expanding with these guys in this region. So we're just going to go mass militia footmen and archers, I think, and then hiring up where else we can as well. That's pretty much it. That royal tax is going to keep going up. We've got plenty of money, so not concerned at all for there. And I think resource-wise, we're absolutely fine. So yeah, nothing really to be concerned about. We're still buying in the eggs and stuff, but food's looking pretty good. Now we are trying to build up. We're going up about 10 influence-ish time, so we gave away 10 bread there. So we are still only on the 8% tax and 3% on the tithe. I'm going to go to 4% on the tithe, I think. And then over here, when we get the manor house up, we will be doing that as well over here. So what I'm going to do is probably start to get in some basic bits over here. Food really isn't going to be a problem over here, so it isn't too much of a problem to decide what we're going to go with. I'm going to go with the 2 animal pens. Just going to get in a couple of goats in there just to keep topped up on the hunter's camp. But we got the double berry, so berries are going to be pretty insane in this region. So I'm going to get a second one in there. Yeah, food's going to be crazy over here. So this will be kind of where we run most of our tithe from. So we need 4k in total to be able to take over these 2. And then we're all job done, really, with the achievement. So that's the plan anyway. And then in the meantime, I'll continue getting in some houses. Probably along this section, actually. So I'm going to build into this. That is highly unnecessary to go that wide, but I think that's what we'll do. And we're keeping this region as tight as we can. And I'm maxing out efficiency through doing so. I think what I'll do is something like that. And then off the back of this bit, I'll just bring these guys around. And then probably into this road. We can just build some houses up in there. Maybe some smaller farms or something. I don't know. But we're waiting for the population to get into these before we go any further. So they should start going in these lot very, very soon. And then we'll double up on those as well. So we've got plenty of space to accommodate everything that we're doing. All right, let's go ahead and take out the forager's hut. Let's get someone in the tannery for now. I'm trying to keep all of these kind of running. We might not need... Yeah, I'll keep the planks going. I've got them set as a 5. And then as people come in, we'll get more in the logging camps and stuff as well. And we'll just make sure the market is good. Yep. And then over here, we'll also need to make sure we're good. So let's get 1 in the storehouse. Boom. So I think we've got 5 in each. We're going to need... Oh, we've got 6 in the granary. So I'm going to need to build another granary as well. Not a problem. And actually, that's quite good. I don't think we're going to affect migration. So I'm just going to pop a granary over here as well. We need someone in this firewood woodcutter's lodge as well. So I'll get that one going. I don't know what to pause in the meantime. What I'm basically trying to do is get that leather in, make sure everyone's got their clothing, which they do. I can go ahead and pause that tannery. And now we're going to build a few more houses over here just to get them. Happiness is still below, so what we need to do is just get in probably, I don't know, a bit overkill actually. Let's just get 2 more. That should be absolutely fine. And then this happiness will go up over time, and then I should start being able to ramp up maybe the farms. Now the church is kind of in, happiness will just be, they'll be very happy over here now. So it'll be church and clothing. But some ready for tier 2 already. We can get that next point. Now, points over on this one, I have said I'll probably go this way to get the double. So you get twice the efficiency from communal ovens on bread once we get going, but it really is no point yet. Look at that, we got 1 in here already. So this orchard's going to start now. I am going to, straight away then, we're going to go for the upgrade in that burgage plot. Now, I just want to point out food. Absolutely, look at this honey now. This is an insane amount of food. So we can more than kind of accommodate the tier 3 now without any problems over here. And that's without getting the bread in as well. And we should still be giving the tithe. I can see it going up slowly. Yeah, 17 this time, so that's good. We can still creep that up every month. But it's really going to come in when this gets done. Now, I also want to point out I'm in no rush to get to tier 2 over here. So I can farm without tier 2 as well. So really not bothered at all by it. And families are coming in. So I should be able to continue to build the houses over here now. And I'll get the next 2 in that I wanted to. Make sure we can get businesses on them. There we go, 2 more there. And let's straight away then, let's get 1 more in this granary and let's get that one upgraded as well. So we're just ready. And then I'll get a second storehouse. But at the moment, we're actually fine. There's plenty of room and we still got capacity for them. Now all our orchards, or sorry, our 2 orchards are in place. So we're going to go ahead and get all 3 of these upgraded to tier 3. Tempted to change that one to orchard as well. But yeah, we'll start to see the yield on those 2 pretty quickly actually. They don't take long. And we are able to get 2 families in a time now with everything that we're doing. So that previous month taxation debuff is kind of going down. Only thing I've got to be wary of is the entertainment supply. I think we're now going to need to upgrade the small tavern. So let's get that as highest priority because we don't want to take that dip on entertainment from these guys either. I'm just going to build a couple of large farms over here. And these, I don't want it like that actually. This needs to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to go for just 2. I'm basically going to fill in this zone here for 2 double plots there. They're going to be carrots, and that's going to be our carrot needs for all of these. They will probably go to tier 2, and then the rest will be the farmhouses, which, by the way, I'm going to be able to do pretty quickly. So we're going to go with a farmhouse over here. I'm actually just going to straight away get the 2 in. And then our first lot of fields, we're going to start planning out. So we stick with the 1 Morgan fields. Or thereabouts. First 3 will be what we do to start with. All of this region's good, so... Alright, there's our 6 fields. I'll get those rotating in a moment, but they're going to be ready for these guys as well. So we can get these in. It is August, so this is what I want to do. You want to wait till September. So, just... was it October? Let me just double check. Harvesting, plowing, sowing. Yeah, they sow between September and November. So any time from... kind of next month will be okay. So what I'll do is get all of these pinned. Sorry, I'll make sure it is the right 3. I'm going to do them in rows so I know. So first 3 here. We're going to do the crop rotation. So I'm going to do my typical farming that I like to do. And that is going to be wheat once a year between the 3. So you see this? There'll always be only 1 field kind of going. But as you get onto multiple, there'll be 2. If that makes sense. So we'll have those 3 all good. On a separate wheat. Now, we could also do barley over here as a second year and really pump out barley with the other settlement or sell it via our other one for cheaper to make even more money at the other one. But that's for a little bit later on. And then we'll grab these 3 and do the exact same. So if you are new to the farming in the game, this is the go-to rotation, in my opinion. And then we'll do the same. 3 lots of wheat. Third year, and then yeah, just space them out like that. So if you put them across like that, it's really easy to lay out. And then we have our 3 over there. What we can do is also then start to put people in a farmhouse. So if I put 2 families in there, they'll start plowing. We're not going to get loads out of them, but it's a good start. And I need to remember to make sure I get the goats into these, which we don't have enough regional wealth for. So that's where we're either going to need to upgrade the houses or get the trading post in. And actually, I'll start with the trading post. It's going to be a little bit easier. So if I just plonk a trading post over here, it's nice and close to do inter-trading. And what we'll do is probably barley at some point for the early trade with these guys. But you'll see in this zone, look, with that wild berries at the moment, that double plot is going to keep our food spicy for a very long time, so not something we're going to have to worry about at all. And we'll get one in the trade post, I think. These are minor trades. I am going to say, basically, keep hold of 70 berries at the moment. Let's export a few, just to bring in a bit of coin over here. So if I just get one family in there, the minor trades will pull in a little bit of regional wealth without even needing to upgrade to tier 2. So we'll sacrifice some of the berries early on. You'll see they're already going out to plough the field now. So they're going to do 2 fields. It's this one plus this one. So they're going to do the front 2 first. Now back over in the main, we're all good over here, I believe. So they're ready actually for tier 3. Did we get any apples? We did. We got apples in the first year. Lovely. I'll keep that one as carrots for now. So we need a total of 5 more houses to get our last point, which is going to be our deep mining. So I'm not in any rush until this gets really low. We're on 1,200 at the moment. We might not even need it, but I'm going to keep it going anyway. And then for these guys, we'll just continue on with getting some eggs in. It's going to be the most sensible. We're just going to drown these guys in food, pretty much. And actually, I realise now, as long as you have more than 4 food sources, eggs are really good because it acts as a buffer. You'll see we've got actually 6 food sources here now, and we're going to get the 7th. So it should be fine. And this is all stuff we can give away to the tithe, as you're seeing here. So we're giving a little bit away at a time. Let's check resources. We might need to grab some stone at some point, but I think we can get our manor house, or consider our manor house, really soon. So we actually did the right thing by just... I'm going to put it over here as well. I'm going to commit that. We did the right thing by doing the high resources, so we have enough stone here without even having to mine any. And actually, it doesn't even have any stone. No, it does, but we don't need to mine it because we started with enough. And we sold some of our berries, by the way, so I've just upgraded both of those plots with carrots already. And then once they're done, I'm going to make sure they have the expansion families. Let's make sure our ale is okay. Yep, we're back into the money here, so I'm going to turn up the overstock. I could even get a second one in there. At the moment, though, I think we're absolutely fine running with 1. And let's get a couple more to tier 3 then. I think I'm going to go double up, double up, double up, and then I'm going to upgrade those. And as these spare families come in, I will continue to put them in the farmhouse to get these going. So we want to max out these. 4 in 1 farmhouse will be enough to do the 2 fields. And then you'll see... Oh, they've rotated onto the other one. It's switched months, so this one is wasted now. So they're going to go and do these 2. So that's why it is October. So just wait until October before you get these set up. Look at that, 85, 94 coins by selling those berries as well. Pretty crazy. We've got the policies, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to keep selling them for now. It's actually pretty handy. And then these guys, we can get the expansion. So we're good for a few families over here. That should be 4, I think. And then we'll just double check. We still have a little bit of leather, so we don't need to worry. I am going to need to expand the requirements soon. At the moment, we're okay. I'm going to make sure they're overstocked a little bit. Then after that, we're going to keep going with some other little bits of food because, well, we're going to be sending the bread. There we go. We're on 1.1k. Did we get like a big harvest over here or something? All right, we're getting pretty full over here now. As you can see, we've got these guys happy. I'm going to actually get this retinue sorted straight away. Got enough money for it. And then we'll also get the expansion on the manor house over here when we're good as well, which actually has been done. But I'm going to let them... got 2 families. I think we're okay. Kind of want the 4th one in there, but I think we'll be okay with 3. Got enough spaces to accommodate. But that's going to produce quite a bit of bread. Hopefully we've got enough. So the garrison tower is going to need the 10. Okay. Should I trade some stone for something? How much? We have 5. I'll tell you what, rather than mining it from over there, I'm going to build the pack station over here. Let's put the pack station down this way. The reason I'm putting it here is actually I do believe they use the trade station, but we're going to order in a couple of donkeys, get that one going. Plenty of spare people over here now, so if we wanted to up anything, we can. I'm going to start with that storehouse to get that extra one in. And then let's get these guys up to tier 3. Now they're expanded, so plenty of room. Look at this money. Oh, beautiful, man. Regional wealth, 374 a month now. And then we're slowly going to make sure we get in both a windmill, which will have, there we go, 100% efficiency if we go here. Oh, we want it closer to the food, though. Make more sense. I wonder if I can get a road going from here. The answer is yes, I can. And let's get the windmill right here. And then let's get, I mean, communal oven takes stone as well, but that's okay. We'll keep those coming with the pack station. So we'll get that built. Then it's a case of that. So we should, there we go. We see the first lot of sowing happening. Last bit going in there. So you'll see these numbers go up as they sow the seeds. But we're absolutely fine. It's still November, so the growth doesn't start until next year as well. So we're going to be all good. We're moving at pace now. Here's the pack station. Let's order a mule. Let's get one in. And let's start the barter with Old Heart. So we're going to send stone. And we're going to receive... What do we want to receive to start? Not producing much, are they? We take some of their berries. If I do... We can't do bread. I might stick on that barley. And then just wait. Stone for barley. Now, how much stone do we have? So if I just make sure stone isn't being sold. No trade. And then let's make sure we're still mining up. So we can actually stick a couple of people in here. Just get loads of it. There's 320 left. And then we'll need the deep mining for that stone. I don't need a lot. I just want to send a little bit over, actually. So maybe I'll just trade it for berries. We'll have that one pack station worker sending a bit of stone over for some berries. Let's make sure I got that the right way around. I have been known to get this wrong sometimes. So we're sending stone, receiving berries. It's a bit steep there to do anything else, so I'll leave that one. Windmill's done. And then, yeah. Here it is. There's the 20 stone already. That didn't take long, did it? Let's get our... Well, firstly, the retinue. Because that's going to be the main one we need to take over stuff. Let's commit that one. And then we're going to go for our first bakery. You know what? I don't care about the efficiency of where the bakeries are. We just need bread cooking. And I want it close to this. So we're going to say communal ovens will have a strip of them over here. I think I can connect these roads around as well. It shows as not connected on the river, but it is still connected, by the way, guys. Let's check the farms. Yep, so we're going to get a 125, sorry, yield next year on those. And look who's trying to claim something again, the fool. He's trying to take our main once again. It's January. I think I'll wait and I'll hire these up in a moment for when we grab that. Unfortunately, you don't get any influence for fighting the enemy, though, which is kind of annoying. But it is just about us building up this influence, so... I see communal oven, so let's go... Let's get one in the... Oh, we don't need the windmill yet, so this is kind of just ready, isn't it? I think we've got enough in this army to deal with it, but at the same time, we may as well grab the retinue. So we can grab pretty much everyone, and let's just obliterate him. And I'm not even going to try and, like, do much with these guys. I'm just going to... Well, we'll let him come in, and then I'll kind of just click this one and grab everyone when he's closer. All right, let's do it. So... Oh, it's over here. Wow. That's weird. That's really weird. That's not even the one they're trying to take. So, very strange. What I'm going to do is line them up here ready. These guys we're going to get out. We've got a pretty good army now. My concern is if we're not stood in this zone, we'll have to fight twice. If we try and do anything else, okay, we could... Oh, they're coming from this way, so let's just fight them here. It'll be quite funny. And then what we'll do is just get these guys probably just stood in this circle. And then you can come over at some point. Let's grab these. You guys all come over here. Might have to fight down there, but we'll try. All right, we're set up on the hill. Don't have too much melee, but that's okay. Our guys are all fine. They're on their way over. Just running through town. I think mostly, though, we're just going to sacrifice these guys. I think we can win with just these, to be honest. They're not that strong, but as long as our archers get a good flurry, we'll be fine. And then we'll just come in off the back with these guys. I'm actually just going to have the corpse pit ready as well, 2 people in it, so we don't get the bad happiness. I'm going to get... I think we're lining up over here, actually, so let's get you there. You guys can both go next to him. My liege, my lord. Right, there we go. We're in position and ready. And let's hopefully get full flurry with these 3 on whoever. Kind of want them to shoot this, so that would be good. And then we'll move back in. Very nice. We have the height, and they're going to get pretty tired running up here anyway. If we can kill a couple... You would think those rain of arrows, though, would do a lot of damage. But they don't. We're going to have these sprinting. And we're going to bring them back. There we go. And then, yeah, you guys kind of just shoot that. You shoot that. You shoot that. You go in on that one. You can hit that one. I might get those shooting down there, actually. These guys have decided they want to have a taste of me over here, so that's absolutely fine. I'm going to see if we can... Well, if you're going to turn away, I can save my soldiers, actually, and just sacrifice theirs. No problem. Get these guys turning on that. You fight that, you fight that. We're ripping the retinue down anyway. I think we still have the effectiveness, which is kind of funny. And then, oh, our archer's getting a ping on weakening these a little bit, but we're going to... I think I need to go in with these guys. Might just march them. And then you guys go there. Let's speed it up a little bit. Their archer's going to be dead in a second. There they are. And then you guys can turn and face on that. Looks like we're breaking them all anyway. Not going to lose a single one of my units. Let's speed it up. Crunch. Surrounded. Get them, boys. Hopefully we don't. And I left... Oh, they're going to attack again. See, because of the zone being over here, even though I've got 1 unit in there, they're going to attack again, which is kind of annoying. And that really does affect my effectiveness over here. So what I'm going to do is disband my archers, let them get back to work, because it's going to cause problems over here. And we're already burying the bodies, so let's get everyone kind of lined up. Yeah, we'll just stay lined up on the hill. We'll use their 2 archers here. I think, we've got that other retinue one over here, actually. Sorry, the other one we hired, so we'll get those over here as well. Right, should we check in? We've got 5 families in the meantime over here, which is pretty crazy. I think we want to turn on the tannery. And we're going to have enough to get our bread going. So we're going to want them harvesting from the farmhouses as well. So it looks like they're already growing. As you can see, the first number on those is good. So first lot of bread is going to be fantastic. Now, I'm going to turn off the stone now. What we're going to do is trade for bread. So when we're ready, we'll say charcoal for bread. I think I'm going to pause the pack station. I think that's the best thing at the moment. Then what we'll do from this trade post is say... Oh, yeah, there's what I meant. They put the goods in the trade post from the pack station. Kind of weird, I know. He wants to give up. All right, here we are. So let's go for bread then. We're going to say untick this one for importing inter-site trading. We're going to establish that trade. I don't think you need that, actually. You might do. Who knows? But we're going to export bread. So every piece... well, let's keep 20 bread for ourselves. The rest is going to go out. So we're going to want to get 1 more family in there. What I'll do is not the most productive, but we'll get 1 in the windmill, 1 in the communal oven ready. We've got plenty of other stuff. I think food-wise, we'll want to keep the rest in. This zone's all good. I'm going to get in a couple more houses because I see we only have enough for 2 more. Probably just going to grab 1 over here. Yeah, it's a pretty steep hill. They don't like it over here. Might just get a couple on this bit, then. There we go. We'll get 2 up there, and then maybe a couple here. I think these 2 farmhouses are going to be enough for the bread we need for this run anyway. Get you in. And then the rest will go via the tithe taxes as well. We also have our other retinue. We can hire all these pieces up. And we're also going to upgrade. Alright, it's time for some more orchards over here as well. So this one's pretty damn full. We don't want to build this way, really. I reckon maybe over here, actually. Quite far away, though. It's the travel time, isn't it? Let's just go this way. So I only want... They're going to be pretty big, but let's go as close to that as we can. Let's get 3 double orchards there. And we'll get those upgraded to tier 3 as well. We've got 2 more. I actually need some more to tier 2. So let's go ahead and do that as well. And we've still got to wait 40 days for him to attack again. Kind of annoying, but that's okay. We've still got all of those guys ready to fight, so whatever. And you see these are almost there. We're going to be harvesting them real soon. And there's the enemy units now. So let's check which way they're coming from. Same way. Perfect. We're ready on the hill anyway. We've got a much stronger army this time. I'm going to hopefully... Well, I'm going to expend theirs first. It's definitely what I'm going to be doing. This should be the last one we have to fight. This happens every time you don't fight in the circle, by the way, guys. Let's slow it down and let's see if the archers can all do a bit of damage. Let's make sure they're ready on sprint. Come on. At least kill one. Come on, man. Let's pull them back. They killed one. Terrible. Absolutely shocking. We're going to go for side shots, though. From over here. I'm going to leave these on balanced. They're all clumped up, so you come here, please. Probably get those guys shooting on that, actually. And then let's get these rounds. You round. Look at these waiting on the road to come through. That's hilarious. Let's get you in. You in. You in on that. You around here. And let's get you just piling in. And then you guys, if you shoot on that... let's get you shooting there, actually. You shooting down on that one, and you shooting on that one. Get rid of those. And then you come up on that retinue there. There we go. Straight in the back. No good effectiveness. Our effectiveness is bad on these guys, but that's fine. Just our retinue we can replace nice and easy. So, really quick break on these. His archers in the side are pretty effective, man. Let's turn all our archers to that. And I'm not going to get rid of these guys yet. I'm going to just keep them here. And just let the archers do their thing. And there it is. But surely that is it. Well, either way, I'm going to disband my men. Go back to there. I'm going to keep these guys out for now. Just so we can replenish. And what I'll do is go straight in then. And they're replenished. All good. So 13 days. No one will come out again by that time, I don't think. I'm going to get 2 in this second farmhouse over here. I might actually... The next year I'll get a 3rd farm. We would have been fine for 3 here. Again, not upgrading to tier 2 at all. I think we can get away with not doing it. So... my only concern, I think, actually, I've neglected marketplaces here, so we're going to need 1 in each. And there's the battle 1. Finally. We're all good. Lovely. Let's get rid of you guys. Thank you for your service. And our army is almost there, so 2 more families, and we are good. I think I want another one of these guys, though. They're pretty good. But yeah, these 4 as a... thingy 1.2, so we're able to take another one really soon as well. So it is what it is at the moment. It's very much just going to be balancing all that out. Right, over here I'm not going to put any tax on for these guys, but I am going to put a 5% tithe. So I'm going to keep these guys happy with no taxes, but what I'm going to do is upgrade these to tier 2 just to that 1 point. I don't think it matters anyway, but I'm going to do it just to start getting a tiny bit of income. We'll be selling that bread really soon. We harvest 1st of September, sorry, that's it. So we just wait. I am pretty sure, though, the extra families, we should be utilising these berries for the tithe. So let's go ahead and get them in. And we've only got 1 more house for these guys to get in, so I'm going to get some more. Just get 5 more there. And there's our development point. You know what? I'm going to go. So it doesn't really matter where I go on this one, actually. I don't think this is going to be necessary. So what I'm going to do is just grab in trapping. And then... we'll just make sure they get that little bit of extra meat from these guys. Passive meat income. It's not amazing, but it is what it is. And let's expand these. We got our orchards. I just need a bit more loggage. I'm going to start spending a bit of my money on getting some more food in then. So let's make sure we import to 40 of those. Let's make sure that's turned up. And then I think we're going to get the more apples anyway. I think I can grab berries from the other side if needed as well. And then we're going to want import on the bread from the other side. So we're going to pay the other one for the bread. And it should be nice and cheap. Right, I think it's time for a second trade house, and I have turned up the barley import, so let's get another trade post in, and let's start working on that. And I'm going to order a horse straight in, so we've got it, and we got the raiders. This is perfect. We actually need the raiders, so I'm going to grab just these three. Don't actually need all these three, but I'm just going to fight over here with them. Deal with these raiders really quick, and then we should be able to take another zone. Here they come, look. Bring it on. Gearing up. This is exactly what we needed to come in, actually. So it just gives us that 1,000 reps. So we'll quickly kill these. You know what? Are they going straight for that? They are. Get those pushing in. I might get a bit of a charge on those. Half my retinue is still making their way over. That's fine. It's only raiders. There we go. 2.7k then. Should we quickly make claim on one? All right, the men stand ready. Sorry, I just bunched them up over here. We're going to come straight out to the map, and we're going to lay claim to Linek. Let's bring it on. All right, let's get these kind of lined up, though. So we'll get you... Let's kind of get you hotkeyed as well. I have no idea where they're going to come from, so I'm just going to patiently get them lined up. A bit like that, just in a row. Hopefully they come from this way. We shall see. But I don't know. They'll definitely throw the gauntlet. Okay, this is good. There they are. So we can actually line these up pretty well. Let's just go here. Don't really want to be in the trees, so I think I'll just do this. And then we'll get ready to hit them afterwards. Taking your zone, baby. Let's go. This is all I want to achieve here, so... Oh, we've got loads of units, so I'm not concerned in the slightest here. We'll just let the arrows rain, baby. On whatever they want to shoot. Beautiful. Just constant. I don't even think we killed anyone. We haven't. Look how bad the archers are, man. They literally do nothing. Take it as you will. Don't even bother wasting your time with archers, if I'm honest. They're good. They're good to have a unit or two later on to deal with the last archer. That's about it. Come back. And then I think we killed one retinue. So that was quite nice. Not. Get you guys in. You guys hit that. You guys hit that. You hit that. You come around. Other retinue come around. And we're going to get a full sprint on this. Just going to get them around this way into there. Let's get them all pushing. We're all good. Nice. And then you guys are going to run in on that. If you double click, they sprint, by the way. And then all archers will just get shooting on that. That was quick. Go archers. There we go. Down it goes. Big crumble. And the region is mine. Lovely. Not that we're going to do anything with it yet, but we are going to go ahead and get these guys back. In the meantime, we're keeping hold of these guys, but we can officially try. So what you'll notice is when you've got loads hired, the actual plus unit is gone, but we've added in our last militia footman that we're going to grab here, and that leaves us with a pretty hefty army. So I'm going to also go ahead, grab these back in, and then well, kind of just bring them over actually. So we did get rid of them temporarily, so I'm just going to bring them back over. Honestly, I think all we need to do right now is get up to 2,000 influence, and then we'll be taking this one out. So honestly, I might just keep these guys over here. No harm in that at all. But yeah, we'll go with those ones. And we're just building it out, so we're trying to get the population up a little bit further. We don't have too much room, but we are one house away from maximum settlement value, but we're actually all right. I don't think we're going to need to go that far. So I'm going to continue to bump up veggie plots and orchards. And we're going to keep going. So we've got these guys upgrading as well, but I'm going to go ahead and get in some rather large slots right here. We are working on, actually, sorry guys, we're working on getting our logs and stuff back up as well, which is coming in. We've just spent quite a bit, that's all. And there we go. We're going to get those 3 straight in and constructed. We've got plenty of hands to do it. If we look, we're kind of working just fine with the honey and stuff here. I could get in a couple more, but with those extra apiaries and the mouths to feed, this is going to keep going up. And obviously we are giving a little bit away. And then over here, you'll see that everything's looking good. We are in October, so I'm going to go ahead. Now, we've got 3 families. We've got 4 in each of these. So what I'm going to do is go to 5 in each of these. I haven't started threshing yet because they're doing this bit. And we're going to go ahead and get in 3 more fields. And I'm going to do it along this green path here. I'm actually going to go over here, to be fair. The reason I'm going to go over here is just not as far to travel, right? And we'll do the usual. So we're going to have 3 fields, all of the same size or thereabouts. And we'll just get 1 more on the back of these, I think. So we'll kind of just go like that. Absolutely fine. And then what I'll do is get all 3 of these up, and we'll get these on rotation again. So kind of want to match them, but it doesn't really matter too much. So the same as always on farming. So crop rotation, 1 in each, doing the goods. So 1 year. So what that basically means, we'll have 3 separate farms bringing in what will be hopefully enough to bake the bread up. So we're going to zoom through that. We're obviously 7 years in at the moment as well. 111 population and 269 here. So this one's grown significantly. There's no spare houses, but I'm going to keep going a little bit more on them. And what I'm going to do is just generic farms. And there's no real concern on where we put them now. So honestly, I'm just going to do this. And we're going to double up on a couple of farms here as well. Doesn't matter that we break them up. We are literally at the point where we just need to earn for the tithe. So we'll keep doing that. And then in here, we'll just up this, essentially. But we are giving it away. We're still on 831, so it's going to take some time to get the bread in. But as this is, we've got to wait for these to change. They're going to do these fields, and then they're hitting up that one as well. And as you can see, we can no longer click whilst these guys are out to hire up the guys. The plus sign is behind there. There we go. You have to click it like that. Don't think there's anyone left anyway, but we can get in another one of these. So I don't know what to do here. I think I'm just going to get in 1 more of these. So we're just going to go major crazy amounts with these guys, really. And that is our absolute maximum. I'm going to hold on to these guys anyway. It's the little scroll bar. I never knew that, you know. Yeah, it's going to take some time before... Oh, I've done that in the wrong zone, actually. I've just realised. And I know this sounds really silly, but there is no point in us having those ones because we can't make them in this zone unless we trade. Now, as we get money in, we could get in another archer group, but there's no point. So we're going to flip back to Leuterfulcht, and we're going to put it in here. And we're going for more melee. So we'll just split those up. And as I say, I'm probably going to zoom through until we get to this point, and we'll continue on getting the carrots and stuff in here. They're going to be pretty handy. And maybe 1 more orchard, and I'm going to expand that one. These guys can be upgraded to tier 3, so that is our thingy hit. And then these guys will go to tier 2 when they have someone living in them. Money is still absolutely booming over here as well, so if we wanted to, we could buy in some pretty big weaponry. As you know, we got a second trade post in as well. Still don't know about the efficiency on trade posts, like 1 or 2. They don't seem to matter too much. It's more if you want to send your guys out, you know. As you can see now, they should be threshing. There it is. So we've got our grain in. So we should be milling that with flour. They're transporting at the moment. And there is a bit of transport time because I decided to build the communal oven over here. But as you can see now, we're getting some bread in. Lovely. I think we're going to want to continue to get these guys. What are you unhappy about? That's our last tier over there. I'm just going to check this. I think granary supply is going to need to go up again. Probably expand that too. We've run out of berries, so that bread's going to come in really handy. But we have the variety for these guys anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then over here, it's literally going to be... I could even fight at an earlier amount, but it's going to be a case of just fighting with these guys. And let's get that last point in like we said. So this one is going to be the deep mining. So if we do run out, we're going to grab those in as well. We're still doing the same for stone, as I've said over here, but I think it's empty. So that can go. Not going to be getting in any more stone. Not going to be much more other than tier 2 upgrades over here as well. So I'm going to just keep a close eye. This is going up though, so it's just going to take some time, right? 19 from there. I think this is going to be the key though. This settlement is going to be pretty immense when it's all done. So let's make sure we're getting carrots in here. And then into next year, we'll make sure we grab every single berry that's ongoing as well. So it's worth noting in the background, guys have been buying in the helmets as well, as I said. So we could get to Gambesons in as well, but I don't think it's going to matter. We'll be absolutely fine. This is a humongous army that we're going to have for the last fight. So just a case of getting this number up. Maybe I could buy some in. We have good money over here, so it probably won't hurt. Maybe a little bit, right? It's a major trade, so we'll have to maybe import 5 at a time. We'll spend the 420 on it. We'll start getting some of those bad boys in so they can kind of get geared up. But we're quite a few away. So how many families? So you get two fighters per family. And we need a total of... We got 28 in that one. We're just waiting for the weapons. Actually, we're not that far off. They're all just waiting for weapons. So maybe we need to buy some more of those guys in as well. So we're importing these. Let's go up to 10 of those bad boys then. And we get the shields ourselves, right? Cool. And then the families should be coming in over here. They are. Oh, let's check in on the well. Nope, we're fine. Good. And we're just going to leave these. They're happy enough to bring in 1 family or 2 families at a time, actually, now that we see this. So we could expand this even further. And there we go. As these families come in, bread's looking good, by the way. The next one's going to be the, well, it's going to be, what's it called? The veg. So we've expanded our veg amount over here, so it shouldn't be a problem. Just going to leave them unhappy in here. They'll be absolutely fine. Main thing is going to be getting these guys upgraded and expanded so we can get the families to harvest the carrots as needed. And we have a serious amount milled up still going, so they're trying their best to get the bread out. Doesn't last the longest, so you've got to be really careful, but there's enough grain and flour to keep it going, so we'll just up the numbers in there as well. And next year we're going to have even more, right? So it's just a case of keep spamming these up. So the ones in these farmhouses, realistically, we probably don't need this many in, but just can't be bothered to mess with them, so we can leave them there. There we go, bread's coming in. I might even stop buying the bread, actually. I've just realised we are sending... I want to keep it, the other one, maybe. Or just import a tiny bit. Just over here. And then... I mean, numbers still going up, right? It's just we don't have enough farms. I reckon I could get another 3 in here with just these 2 farmhouses. You'll be surprised how many they can do. So I think that's what we'll consider next. So let's go for another 3. I'm going to farm like our heart depends on it here. This is going to be hilarious. And actually, it is March. I reckon we could get these done already. So the rotation of these ones will be fine. So if we just get 1 on, it's an extra amount. And we'll have more than we know what to do with. Could create our own beer here as well. But I just want... You'll see. Even though it's March, they'll have this one done pretty quickly. So they should come out and sort this in a moment. Here they come. Well, let's kind of see how much growth and seed we get out of it, right? And then these guys, will just kind of move them over. Let's get them more central. Maybe not here. Maybe over here. But look at that. So that's going to be... That technically is 8 families from each. And they'll have this field done really, really quickly. So I think that's fine. Because crops grow. Possible droughts, summer, June till August. So as long as we're done by June, I guarantee you we'll have those in. And then they'll harvest afterwards. So we'll keep an eye. They are growing anyway, but... That extra one's going to be huge, and then I can max out this with the farms, with the families, sorry, and then we'll continue to make the bread. The veg is coming in now, as you can see, so it's going to be really good. We're almost at 1,000, so we're almost halfway there. The fight's obviously going to happen as soon as we get there. So we've got the numbers pretty much. We're just waiting on that weaponry to be bought in as well. And I think I'm going to get a 4th one in the berries, so we're just going to absolutely hammer this guy out, and then we'll just make sure we're good on the store. So storehouse is coming up now. Let's get that one in. This is because of the grain and stuff like that, so that's absolutely fine. How much more have we got of the milling? Nothing, so we're all good. Plenty of leather in. There's also 1 more house. We can get more chickens in there, so it shouldn't be a problem. We'll keep the tithe going over here. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, 1. God, it's so slow. So we're not going to get as much. 56 from this one, so we're going to get half the amount for the year, but that's fine. It's enough to get us going, right? I think the main thing to factor in is the amount of berries we're going to get here is going to go pretty crazy on these guys. We are obviously working on some meat, but they're not getting much in. The berries just keep growing, and that's more that we can give away as well. So 205 in here. I'm tempted to try and sell something for buying in extra food, just so we can get this up further. The best thing that could happen right now is bandits try and push on us, so we can just go ahead, kill them off, and be happy. But in the meantime, that's fine. We just got to wait. You'll see some gambesons are in now. A couple of people, lucky souls, wearing them, so every little helps, right? All right, we're going to have to extend the houses even further because we've run out. So I'm actually going to pause so we can get these planned out. Don't want to come this way. And actually, you know what I haven't checked in a little while? Yes, this. So we need... Well, we've got an extra granary, so we'll get you in. But I think we need another storehouse. Is that going to be enough? There we go. Let's get even more in there. And also, is that enough for the ale? Ah. Plenty of ale. So let's go ahead and get another storehouse in then. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much for where these guys are. Let's get them stuck in here. I was going to put some houses, but I think I'll go like this. I could go to tier 3 and then we'll unlock so much space, to be fair. Maybe some more tier 2s and stuff over here. Maybe get one of you to tier 3. That'll unlock some moving in space. And let's check the food situ over here. All good. And plenty of people to help as well. So I think that's as far as we need to go on these guys. The main thing is we might need one more communal oven. Let's just pop it there. I don't think we'll need another windmill. So I'm just going to put... I know it's not efficient to put them in now. I'm going to put them in anyway, though. So they're ready. And we'll get a third one in there. With the fuel restock, we should be fine. And then maybe one more in that communal oven should be more than enough to deal with everything we got here. Okay, we've got to be really careful of our money now. It's taken a bit of a nosedive, but as you can see, we've got most of our weapons and shields in now. Not going to need to buy for those, but it is mainly the helmets and gambesons that we can turn off if needed. We are going to, as long as I'm hovering enough, we got quite a few, probably got a couple of years before we'd ever go into a negative anyway to be able to pay these. But I do need to keep that in mind, right? And food numbers over here looking really good. So as that, when that veg and berries come in, we are fantastic over here. So it's not a problem at all. Wondering if we get one more to tier 2 and get apiaries as well over here. That could be pretty crafty, actually. Only problem is, I don't think I have enough. What are we waiting for here? Food variety. I think you're lying. There's loads here and we've got enough people doing it. So don't you lie to me. Always feel like I don't want to upgrade the smaller ones. Clothing, there's enough leather as well. Mostly because they're moving in still as well. Don't want to upgrade a small one, like I say. I'll just leave it. Oh, we actually have run out of market stalls as well. Where should I put the next? I mean, just squeeze a little one in here, right? It's next to this other one. I think if I get this right, you can get quite a few. There we go. That looked quite cool with it facing the other way, actually. Okay, so Mr. Magic has decided he wants to come and try and take us over here. So I'm going to get everyone over on Linneck. So no idea where he's going to come from. Let's just get everyone over to start with, and then I'll line my guys up. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not going to bring my archers. This is very overkill, to be honest. But screw it. We'll speed it up. We'll get them all out. We've almost got our numbers anyway, so bring it on. We have a rather large army. Definitely don't need this many. We're on 1k as well. We could really do those raiders coming though. Alright, let's fight it. Where's the zone? Why is the battle all the way over here? Why does it do that? Where's he coming from? He should be coming from this direction. Yeah, there we go. So, let's get these lined up then. You archers this way. Shouldn't be a problem anyway. I don't actually want to hurt my thingies too much. So, just gonna... Raiders don't really matter. These guys will just line up in here, though. Alright, here we go. We should start caving in some shots here. So, just gonna put them all... Didn't bring my own archers anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. But we're all good. I'm just gonna slow them, pretty much, with these archers, and then we'll pull them back into our line here. Let them keep hitting. These two we're gonna bring up. Didn't do any damage. It kind of, well, it does a little bit of weakness damage. They're going to get themselves trapped here, so it's quite funny when you mess with the archers, actually, what it does. So now they're trapped. Look, we can just send straight in. It's crazy. And then these guys will just bring the 2 archers up here. Actually, just get them straight shooting on that. I don't even think I need the archers here. And then these, we just have too many numbers. Send those guys in. Just sandwich them. Ideally, don't want to be losing many of mine, though. I can't lie. Get them pushing. Retinue don't matter. You into there. You into the back of there. There we go. Boom. Let's get you sandwiching on that. I love it, man. Get my little flags in there as well. The war. Get them, boys. Oh, they're all breaking. These raiders literally are the most pointless thing ever. I'm going to send these guys back. Don't know if they're going to send a second wave. They might. The battle zone is all the way back here. Right, let's stand these guys back over here. They're going to come in for a second round, which is very annoying. So what I'm going to do is actually disband these guys. Probably won't use the retinue on the next one. And yeah, we'll just patiently wait. We're on 1.1k already, so absolutely fine. Pantries are getting pretty full across our thingies here. Oh, what's happened? Oh, it must have been a fire or something. Get that rebuilt then. Right, we've got the 2 families, so we've got that communal oven. Let's get you restocked, and you're all good. So all of our threshing is going to go in. Look at that, 406 wheat. Do you know, that is just some insane amounts of bread. So we just need to get them to... We're going to have to get the farms ready first, but that's fine. Now, did you know if you drop all claims and give him a region, he will give you loads of gold or silver? So there is a bit of a trick you can do with that, but obviously we don't want to give away the zone because that will cost us another 2,000. And the point is we want to just keep killing him. Okay, here he is. 25 days. I was right. So, shall we give it a go without? We do it with this. Worst case is we can disband them, right? So let's just go line these up on the hill, to be honest. Let's just go fight over here. So, I reckon we can force them in this direction. They should turn to us, so just get them to kind of unleash whilst we line these guys up, and then we'll just get you in here. Effectiveness should be pretty good. We've got the hill, and we should be able to hit some damage, and then what I'll do is just flank these guys around. So, I'll push probably back to here with you. You guys come here, actually. Let's do this a little differently. Let's bring you guys back here. Retinue, I'll just get kind of over here somewhere. And then I'll bring these to the side. We'll bring these to the side. They're already coming in on this, so this should be fine. Just going to send those in. Let's bring you back. Run you in on that. You turn that way. We're going to shoot on the side of these on that one. I'll also do the same with this one. And then we'll go to you. Get you in on that one. You in on that one. Retinue aren't even going to get here in time, so just go away. Let's disband those guys. There's waste of effort. Don't matter about those. These 2 are going to do serious damage to this one, so it isn't too much of a problem. What I want here is the armored, really. Get those to turn on that. Honestly, spearman, you go there. You're going to full sprint that. You're just going to keep shooting these guys in the back. It's crazy how much the back shot gets on them. But with these guys running in, that's fine. The fact that raiders and archers are killing these 2 units says it all. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's cool. We'll disband and replenish all these anyway. Even if we just had this army, it's good enough to fight everything. So, we're gonna, I think, is that everything? I think that's it. You know what? Our well actually ran out over here. That's interesting. Let's get you in then. That'll cover these ones. 4 days left. Let's finish it off, please. And let's have a look at our food here. So how are we doing? Rain's coming in. The milling of the flour should be coming in once these guys are ready. All transporting, and the battle is fine. Let's have a quick look. So usually you can grab them. I might just wait. They're pretty much full capacity anyway, and you can get in the remainder anyway. So I'll just leave them. Right, we're going to actually get another point over here. I'm not sure where I want to put it. We don't actually have any spare families. I could get apiaries, just keep getting that, but it's fine. It's not going to take too long. I think as long as these numbers are good. As I say, the bread is coming in. We just have serious amounts of grain. We could do with a couple more families just milling the grain, maybe. I don't think there's any problem in us just chucking in. Yeah, let's just do it. We'll get in a couple of smaller families across here, maybe. Maybe one or two over here. Let's make use of the gap. Look at that. Over the river. And yeah, got these upgrading, so we're going to hit the next point. I think I will just grab in an apiary or a second one of these. I think might be the better play. Can I grab in what we lost here? No. I think I'll probably just grab in a second windmill. Is there 100% efficiency over here? There will be if I extend this, I'm sure. You would think you would get efficiency good above the trees like that. 99%, so I can't really complain. And there it is. Right, we'll grab beekeeping then. And I'll probably chuck in a few of those. It's more for the tithe. I don't think it matters too much, but we'll get it in anyway. I think I'll also upgrade the deep mine over here. This is worth mentioning. We've been going with literally just one lot. I'm going to get 2 people in there, and we'll get the extra clay going. All right, let's get an apiary then. I think we can squeeze a couple down here. I'll probably just get like 2, just to tick that little bit of extra food. Doesn't matter though. I've got so many people just sat waiting to pick berries again. I can actually reduce that down maybe. And then we'll get another one in the mill. Yeah, let's get one more in the mill. Then I'm going to save the rest for the apiaries. And that, either way, is just going to give us food, right? That grain, as you can see, is going to last into the next year as well. So even with this one, we're going to get even more grain. It's just crazy, man. Farming is so good if you get a good site from it. And all the bread we're selling, look, we're getting a lot of regional wealth over here. So we could actually start taxing and making even more money this end as well. Right, going to get a second apiary, and we got those families going here. I'm also going to get another one milling. So let's have a look at how much we still have. Yeah, so much grain. We can bump this up a lot. How are you guys doing as well? Ah, you're doing pretty well. We'll also get the chickens in here, so every little bit of food is insane here. I didn't even realize I made that a double plot then. So why not upgrade it? So that'll give us 1 room for that one. You're good. I'm not going to upgrade to you. I think that is enough families. As long as I can keep flour coming in line with this, get another one of you, because it's already April, so they'll be harvesting before we know it, and this will be going again. So we've got a pretty good rotation going here. And then the last family will get put in this way. And then how's the marketplace? We're going to need granary again. Okay, that's important that we keep it up. So I'm going to get 1 more house just to cover this. Or do I even need to worry about trading right now? Not really. Just thinking where else we can go, really. Look at that bread, though. It's absolutely insane here. Yeah, tithe is going up nicely now. So 50 a month. How much do we need? It's 14 months. Shouldn't take too long. But bread and veg is really good over here now. Worth noting, it's also very strong this side as well. So we're still buying that in. But like honey and stuff all ticking up so well. We've got more than I know what to do with now. So as you can see, we are pretty much there. So we need 1, 2, 3 families. 3 families, got room for 7. So we'll have a maxed out army really soon. Then I might just quickly give all my food away. I got to put this tithe up to 10% in this site now. So we'll up that number as well. So we'll double the amount we're giving away here. We got 746, so 75 per month if we can keep that number up. Obviously the berries are going to dip, but the bread isn't going to stop now. And honey's only going to go up as well. So we're always going to be pretty good. We've got the 2 in there. I just need 1 more family to come in. Actually, in the meantime, we're not even going to be able to build. So we need to take out of somewhere. What I'll do is go like this. Probably just free up 1 person to come build this house. And what we'll do is get the extra 2 families. It's a double plot, and then we'll be good. Look at that. 1 more family, guys. Didn't take long. 1 more family, and we have our maxed army on 1.4k. How much food are we rocking over here now? I could turn it up over here. I'm not going to risk it too much. I want to make sure we've got enough, because out of nowhere it can go crazy. But our yield of apples is about to be really big, because we have gone over the 3 years it takes to fully grow. So we're in year 9. So even some of the ones we did here are 2.5 years old now. So the apples are going to be pretty impressive there. Got half of our soldiers with helmets on and about a third with gambesons as well. I'm not getting mail armor because half of them, it's half and half at the moment. So then in here, we'll just make sure there's chickens. And there we go. Let's get that extra expansion. And that's the families we need. So I can put that one back in the farmhouse. We're opting for 10 people working on this. And then that is pretty much it. We got one more family I'll leave spare just to kind of put stuff around. But I don't think it matters too much. 1.5k. There you go. So 5 months, and we'll have pretty much 5 or 6 months. We'll have all the food we need to deal with taking over. Obviously, this is perfect. So I'll stand in and probably just face tank them out in the open. But we got a big army, right? So they come with a lot, but we've got better. So with the 2 mills, we get enough flour to do that. We have nearly 300 bread over here now. So actually, this is overkill. So I might go down to that. Let's get one more apiary in. And as we're creating stuff, it's worth noting, by the way, as we go through this, honey will go up as well. So I think a lot of people are obviously consuming it, but they're not. So this is going to keep going up, which is really good. There we go, 3rd apiary. And then we'll get, I think, got room to get the one more in there, but actually I think that is more than enough. So I might even get one more. I don't think I've fit it there though, which is kind of frustrating actually. Let's just squeeze it on there. As long as it's by the granary, that's more than enough in here. Clothing, I'm not concerned about the 82%. I'm not making them shoes. They're happy enough. I don't need to worry about it, so it's fine. 1.6k now. Almost there. You know what I'm going to do? We're making a lot now. This is going to keep going up. Obviously, we're going to lose that berry number, so we'll want to counter it with this. But I'm going to go up to 15% on the tithe in this one, because these extra apiaries are going to give us the difference anyway, I think. And worth noting, army is completely maxed now, guys, so it is just a case of getting everything in. They're going to start harvesting again, and the bread shall flow once again. And there's the 1.8k because we moved up to 15%. Look at that, man. Nice and easy. Probably turn this up and be done with it in the next month as well. But as I say, I do want to keep this one in a relative good place. There's the apples coming in. It's a beautiful sight when it happens, man. The power of... and there's the raiders anyway. So this is all we need to do. Now, these raiders I'm going to deal with on mine. So I'm just going to get everyone now. I'm also going to bring these guys over. But they're going to take some time to get over. So we're going to deal with the raiders ourselves. And then we'll fight the zone when we get the goodies from it. And that should be all we need to do. I don't need to worry about the tithe after this, because that's going to give us 1,000. Problem is they don't come very often. But yeah, we don't really want to be losing too many people. So I'm going to probably, to be fair, just fight it on the hill. Let's fight it on the hill. I don't think we'll lose any anyway because they're rubbish, the raiders. But it's probably for the best, right? And we get the in-home region bonus as well. And we got a bit of XP on these guys as well. Here we go. So we'll just bring these guys around. And you. Get those guys to push in. Archer's already doing their thing anyway. You guys shoot that. Gonna get them to sprint in. We got one over there that will hit. And then we'll get you on there. Bring you up. Kill these really quick. Say goodbye to the raiders. All of you, just hit that one. There we go, 3.2k. Everyone's over. Let's go ahead and line. Well, I'm just going to manually tell these not to sprint because they are slow. Just want to get these guys in. So let's get a retinue over here. Our efficiency is going to be really far down with these guys over, so we do need to be careful. And I'm just going to grab... Well, first of all, I'm going to do it properly. Get them all in their control groups. And then, well, at least the archers, and then we know what we're doing, right? Let's grab these guys probably over here. I have no idea where we're going to need to fight from, so I'm just going to go all the way across. I think we've got the hill advantage even there anyway from this whole zone, so... And then archers will have at the front. And these archers will also have at the front over here. We're going to do it. I think I'm okay to hit the claim. Let's get this fight done, baby. Gauntlet's been thrown. Look at that. That is perfect. Oh, Oh, yes. He's in for trouble here. He is in for trouble. So there is no way he can flank us at all through this gap here. I believe that's in. We're not allowed to drag any further. I don't even think that's passable there, it looks like. But yeah, he will have a big army. A very big army. So this is where it should be pretty fun. If I do this right, I should be able to probably use the archers over this way. But as long as we hold on this hill, shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we'll get these guys on defensive. You guys on defensive. Turn off your sprint, please. Going to get all of these shooting at will. And on a push forward. So I'm just going to probably, I'll tell you what, with you guys, can I get you over here? I can. So we're going to get you over there. Quickly sprint over that way. We'll collapse in on it. And these guys, we're just going to kind of queue here just to shoot on these guys. And then we'll enjoy as we hopefully can melt a unit or two as it comes in with these archers. That hill is huge. Pretty armoured though. Their shield guys do have helmets on. No gambesons or anything that I can see though. We do have a mixture, so our flurries should start. There's one arrow. Here we go. Now I'm not expecting a lot of damage to come into these guys from the archers, if I'm honest. But they are running uphill, so their effectiveness will be pretty damn rubbish. So what I'm going to do is get these sprinting back. Just going to pause it. We're going to sprint these ones back. And then these guys, we're actually going to keep over here. I'm going to sprint those two. And there's one. Good. Right. It's nothing special, but it's the start. These guys might come round, actually. So I might just... let's see what they do. No, they're pulling in because we're hidden. And then we're going to find... Oh, you guys are stuck on the edge there. So if we just bring them in like that. This one's as good as dead. I'm just going to let the archers do their thing on the ones running in, most likely. I'm going to bring you up on the edge. You and you are going to come over here. Same with you. I'm going to bring them down there. I'll bring these up. Bring you round as well. Because they're quite far in, so this is going to be great fun to watch as we just kind of hit pretty hard on everything that's coming in. Now, we're going to lose these two archers. That's fine. I should be able to get side shots on with this one. So, that's absolutely fine. I can run, to be fair. So, if we keep sprinting back and forth here, it's going to be quite annoying for these guys. So, we can just kind of keep shooting and manually hitting these guys. I mean, it's not a tough fight, right? It's going to be pretty nasty constantly. We killed one there. They're not our soldiers anyway, so we really don't care. And then we're going to get a bit of a back shot on that one. I'm going to run these guys back. What have we got going on? Let's get you collapsed. Oh, I don't want to hit too hard in, actually. We want to stay on the hill. Just going to bring these in, though. Yeah, that shooting on that one. That one's as good as dead. That one's gone. The hill is insane. Absolutely insane. Go away. Those archers are dead, but we can use this one now just to shoot on these. So that pulled so many away just to finish the job, really. Pull these right in. We'll just hit that one as fast as we can. Pull these guys back. Probably hit into that one. You guy and you guy. Go and hit the raiders. These archers still want to hit those. I'm going to pull tight on this. Oh, they've managed to squeeze through, actually. Get these guys to come and hit that. Not going to matter. Oh, insane. I love it. Let's get you guys sprinting on that. Just push them in. You guys all on that one. I'm going to grab the archers now to turn on this. And you probably turn on that as well. Let's get you clashing in that. The clash of steel, baby. Boom. Are these archers still doing business over here on these ones trying to make their way up? These guys come in on this. Let's pull you back. Going to pull them into this one. I'm going to keep these shooting on that. You shoot that. Can you shoot that? There we go. And then these guys have managed to go in the back. We're going to be running uphill until we get into them, but that's fine. Doesn't matter. We have obliterated here. Hardly any losses, by the way, guys. I just want to point that out. Look at the numbers. Crazy. The hill is just too strong. And the last bit sandwiching in there. Let's have a little look as it all collapses on them. The TOL on the flag. Raise the banner, baby. Oh, yes. There is the absolute collapse of their last one. So we just need our archers. All focused on the same shooting. I think we can kill this pretty quickly with the archers anyway. They'll melt one at a time. And there we go. Last one. And there it is. Beautiful. And there's the achievement. You probably heard it pop, but that's beat restoring the peace on challenging difficulty preset. It's wonderful. Let's check the numbers, guys. There you go. Soldiers lost 264 to 2,157. Guys, thank you so much for joining me through this achievement run. I really appreciate it. As always, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you aren't already as well. And do let me know that you've enjoyed it. It really does help. As always, take it easy. And hopefully our next playthrough will be on the big update. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.